Hello, and welcome to a special episode of the Weekly Scroll. I am Hunter. Ryan is hiding in the background tonight. Tonight we were really cool, fun creator cut actual play episode. And today I'm joined by.
I'm Andy. You've seen me before, and tonight I'll be playing. Should I introduce my character right
Yeah,
now?
do it. Sure. Yeah, go
Uh,
off.
Tonight I'll be playing Joe. I'm recording Rogers, a cameraman. Very excited.
Hello, I'm Kirby. I have been on this show several times too. I feel like a special person now. And I'll be playing Blake Haynes. She is the creator and correspondent of This Mysterious Life.
And I am Josh. I have been on the show before. I think it's been about 6 months. I think was the last time I was on here. Sometime around
Has it already
January.
been 6 months?
God, yeah.
Time.
But for those who might not know me, I am a writer and designer in the indie tabletop RPG scene, notable for my work with the Afterthought Committee with Tangled. Ooh. And more importantly, I was the co-author and designer for the Bureau for Liminal Horror, and am part of the. Sorry, my cats are fighting. Part of the Liminal Horror writing team going forward into the future.
Yeah, and so stoked to have you all on. And Josh, what are we doing tonight?
Oh boy, so we will be playing part one of an adventure called One Night at the Shelterwood Inn. This is an official crossover adventure between the Liminal Horror team and the guys at Haunted Table, who are currently in the midst of kickstarting their system, Triangle Agency, which you guys have just featured recently on your channel.
Yeah,
right?
it was like, what, 2 weeks ago, maybe? I don't know. Time's an illusion.
Last
We
week.
just did it. So.
Yep. So this is a fun one. So One Night at the Shelterwood Inn began... it was around December or January where I was trying to start writing something to have on hand to run for a one-shot for Liminal Horror. And what I was doing at the time was doing a conversion of Night of Blood, the like classic Warhammer adventure for Liminal Horror. Realized doing a straight conversion wasn't going to be possible, just given the way that that's set up. So I had started to kind of like write something loosely based on it, and kind of figure it out from there. I ended up running this adventure for a couple of Pacific Northwest game designers. We had like Matt Morris and Brad Kerr and Goblin Archives, and I kind of like joined up for a little meetup down in Portland. Ran them through the adventure at that time. And around that time, the folks from Haunted Table had sort of reached out to us, primarily because they were interested in the Bureau and kind of where it plays in the space, because they were working on, a Triangle Agency at the time, and it's similar aesthetics, but different focus, I guess is the best way to describe it. So over the course of that, we decided to team up. They were doing a crossover reality jam where there are, in theory, still going to be a number of additional adventures that will follow this one, but crossing over between two systems. They did one already that's you're in space and everybody's fucked. And there was one, they got Logan Dean doing something with the system. I can't remember the name of it at the moment. The company, there we go. Then we put ours out, and I think they're still doing the Gazebo's Bed and Breakfast crossover adventure as well, but I haven't really heard anything about that one in a little bit.
Sick.
So the basic idea is, for this adventure in particular, it is essentially two ways to play the same night. You can pick up either Triangle Agency or Liminal Horror, run through this adventure, and just simply changing the system and changing sort of like the way that you're approaching it initially will completely sort of change the course of how things turn out for your group in particular. Now, tonight we will be doing the Liminal Horror half, and as I understand it, if the schedule still holds, tomorrow night will be the Triangle Agency folks, and I think it's Sean from Haunted Table that is running that one.
Absolutely.
Cool.
Very stoked for that. So cool. Let's get going.
Okay, so first thing to note, I'll let you guys like properly introduce your characters in just a moment. However, the first thing to know is that you are the cast and crew of a show called This Mysterious Life. Now, This Mysterious Life is independent sort of news broadcast show, primarily focused on reporting the strange and paranormal, with the idea of often debunking it for falsehoods, or just trying to find the most compelling story. With that in mind, how about we do a little bit deeper dive into your characters? You guys want to each introduce them?
Hunter, you haven't gone yet. Why don't you start off?
That's true. I haven't. I actually used my real name in the introduction today for one of the first times ever. Yeah, I'm Jones Morrison. I'm the anchor and narrator of This Mysterious Life. I am an up and coming young journalist with a very cool leather jacket, wearing well cut blue button down and Chelsea boots, which I'd wear in real life as well.
They are a quality shoe.
Mm-hmm. Andy, who are you?
All right. I'm Joseph Rogers, the cameraman and audio tech for This Mysterious Life. You see him walking around with too much gear. He's got an extendable boom microphone and a nice camcorder, as well as his loyal and well-trained dog, Toby. And that dog's well-trained if an audio cameraman's taking him around, because he's not making any noise. He's standing in the background, out of frame, perfectly. See here. Wearing green coveralls and good boots. Good boots are important, and I'm sure they don't squeak very much either. Yep. That's
All right.
Joe.
And I will be playing Blake Haynes, who is the creator and primary correspondent. I'm assuming only correspondent. I'm going to say that it's the only correspondent of This Mysterious Life. She is dressed in a light purple blazer and some comfy shoes, which I'm going to say are Vans slip-ons. Very much business up top, party down below, like a dress mullet, and I was trying to think of something fabulous to say about my character, something cool, like her passion for the paranormal started at a very young age, but I don't have anything else than that, so we're gonna go with that.
All right, so before we dive in proper, I need two things from you. First, you guys have a van.
Awesome.
It's the primary van used for carting the cast and crew of This Mysterious Life around to various locale. I need you guys to describe this van for me and decide who's driving.
I think this van is in terrible condition.
What?
I would say the interior is in terrible condition, but I think that to keep up quality business appearances, the exterior at least looks nice or looks professional.
And the interior might be a mess, but my bag of equipment and goods is in good condition. You don't touch my equipment. No one touches my equipment. And it's expensive. And I'm probably driving. Joe's driving.
Blake is definitely riding shotgun, probably working on editing some episodes or something on there.
Jones in the back, like kind of laid out over like stuff just that's in the back of the van. Just like,
and Toby is quietly curled up next to you.
Yeah.
Oh, Scooby snack.
No. Second thing worth noting. You guys are on a trip. You're in southern Washington state in the United States, if that's not clear. Now, you're headed to the town of Coldwater. Coldwater is it's a few hours, sort of northwest of the Portland metropolitan area. So it ends up being on a few, less well-trodden highways and back roads than maybe you're used to. However, you're running late. Now tell me, what's the reason you guys are running late? That you're running behind on this trip, and whose fault is it?
Oh, it's fucking Jones's fault.
It's definitely Jones's fault.
It's Jones's fault.
Yeah, it has to be.
100%. Is he admitting it though? 'Cause that would be unusual for Jones.
Yeah, I don't think Jones is admitting it's Jones's fault. I think Jones got caught up flirting with a gas station attendant and losing all track of time.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, Toby wouldn't leave without him though.
So, needless to say, the air in the van is tense.
I'm not going to get any of my shots. I wanted to get the inhabitants at sundown, and I'm going to have to stay an extra day. And I don't Blake. What's scheduled next? Do we have time for an extra sundown shot, or are we past schedule?
Well, by the time we get there, it's probably already going to be dark.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate that it's so unavoidable that we were late, you know?
Yeah, who are you texting back there, by the way? Is it the people that are holding our reservation, or
Your mother.
or is it the girl that you were talking to at the gas station?
Who?
I make a note in my laptop, or my smartphone, I guess, that Jones is getting docked pay this week.
No. Like I said, you're running late. The sun has set already. No sunset shots. And you still got, an hour left of driving. Now it's worth noting that on top of being dark, it is, of course, raining this night.
So probably
we are in
shots anyways.
Yeah. We are in the sort of late spring period, not quite hitting that summer warm front yet. It's probably like March, April, that time of year. We don't get a whole lot of snow in this area in general, but it is a wonderful bit of freezing rain that is sort of kind of cascading down. And you within your van, just driving down this lonely road. You haven't seen a car in 20, 30 minutes minimum. Been about just as long since you've seen any residence or place of business. And what surrounds you now is then the sound of the rain sort of pattering on the front of the car as you speed through this area, and the sight of the pine trees that sort of line the road. Now, Joe, you're driving?
Yes.
As you push forward, following the GPS, let's say you look down just to see how much time you have left in there. When your eyes flit up, you see something in the road. A quick dark shadow just at the edge of your headlights as soon as your eyes flick up. What do you do?
Pump the brakes just slightly, not hard enough to really jolt us, but slow enough for me to try and get a view at this thing.
It's in the road, and as you tap the brakes and begin to slow down, you see it coming. It's at this point, it looks like a shadow kind of like walking across the road. It's dark. It's raining. It's hard to see.
I push harder on the brakes and try to bring us to a stop and onto the side of the road.
Whoa!
All right, because this makes a little more sense in terms of stats, I need you to make a control save for me.
Okay.
This is dictating your ability to respond in time in this case. And for those unfamiliar with the system, you're rolling a d20 looking equal to or under your current control stat.
Oh, my control sucks. Okay, here we go. I got a 7 and my control is 7.
Okay. Now, you respond in time. You don't hit whatever this thing is. Doesn't save you from the road conditions, though.
No.
As you swerve out of the way, you hit that slick, ice-coated highway. The van screeches, and all of you are jolted as it kind of goes over the side of the road and down into the verge, into the mud over there. And you come to the stop as you kind of slide into that portion of the road.
Immediately I turn around. Is everybody okay? Well,
I'm just like holding the armrests of my seat and just like, what the fuck just happened?
I completely ignore you. Toby, you okay?
I'm
The
like
only- the only
holding
person that
Toby
wasn't
and the wall,
buckled in.
like Shaq and Scooby in the back of the van.
Did I hear a thump? Do I think I hit whatever that was?
You did not hear a thump. You were able to kind of react in time to miss it. What that did kind of careen you off the road.
Like careen enough that I'm not gonna. Well, I'm gonna get out of the car. Unbuckle myself, get out, and give a little whistle to Toby to come with me. And do I have a flash? Is there a flashlight handy? Anybody got a flashlight?
At a bare minimum, you have the light on your smartphone that you can kind of illuminate.
Okay. Gosh, I don't like that much.
Yeah, and realistically, you have your items in your inventory slot, but if there is anything like logically reasonable that would be in the back of the van, you can kind of grab
I have a
it. It's no big
survival
deal.
kit. I feel like that would have a light source
Yeah,
in it, right?
I'm not sure I would wait for you to get it out though. So I'm gonna pull out my phone.
I got something for this.
And
I'll root through the glove box too, just in case.
And while they're looking, I take my smartphone and go up to the bank of the road to look into the road at whatever it is that I didn't hit.
As you get up to the top of the road, it's pouring rain. Do you have a coat on?
I think I'm just in my overalls.
All right. You can feel kind of splattering into you, the big gobs of rain just kind of like nailing into your shoulders. Holding out with the light of the phone, can't see very far. The road seems abandoned.
I tell Toby, get back in the car, because I just see him getting wet. Back in the car. And then I shout into the rain. Hello? Anybody there?
You just hear the pitter patter of rain on pavement. There's no lights looking down the road. Nothing that good.
I turn and survey our van. How far down the embankment are we?
Pretty far down. No.
Jones can pull a poncho out of the survival kit and like put it on. He's got like a little the glow stick that you leave on the road.
As you get out and you're looking around, the van itself is in well enough shape. It is still a beater, coated in mud at this point, but you're pretty sunken down in there.
I think Blake's gonna hop out of the driver's seat after rooting around the glove box for a flashlight. Does she find one?
Ooh, good question. So in these situations, what I like to do is I call it a luck roll, but it's basically the die of fate. I need you to roll a d6 for me.
Best dice ever.
Looking for, let's say, highs. I think I change my mind on this every time I ask for it, but high is good.
How's a 6 sound?
A 6 sounds great. You find maybe one of those big like mag lights.
Yeah, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I'll pop it out and I'll like root through my expensive leather purse for my handheld audio recorder. Those are two of the items in my inventory. And I'm gonna pull it out and I'm gonna start shining the light around the van over towards where Joe is, and try and see if I can help him.
Okay. Joe comes back to the van and looks around, curses. Idiot. Something was in the road.
Jones?
No, me.
Oh. I mean, well, it was his fault, right?
No,
I wasn't really. I was looking at my emails. I didn't really see what happened.
Jones walks out. Was like, "Hey, what are we talking about?"
There's something in the road, and I thought it might have been a person. Didn't want to hit them. Swerved.
Where are they?
Stupid. I didn't see anybody. I couldn't see him up there.
Was it like a person, or was it like a roadkill, or like an animal or something?
It was in the middle of the road. What do I think I saw? It was a shape, and to save some embarrassment, Joe's just saying, I thought it might have been a person. Whatever it was, if it was an animal, I thought it might have been a person.
Hmm.
Well,
I'm gonna check. Do we have phone service? You know, I got a smartphone.
Pulled out, and you guys are basically in the middle of nowhere. And as expected, no bars.
I got nothing.
Well,
I'm gonna shine the flashlight back up the embankment towards the road. How steep did you say that this embankment was? Because it feels like, narratively speaking, it feels like it wasn't very far.
No, it's a a standard highway with a verge on the side of it there.
Okay, so it's just like a little shoulder dip.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
You're not like in a drainage ditch or anything like that. It's the
Okay.
the road was raised the required feet, and you're just kind of
Okay.
like off it a little ways
Right.
and
I got
into
you.
the grass.
okay.
Yeah, I'll shine my light over there and see if anything is revealed before walking that way.
Yeah. Okay, and you shine your light up, and as far as you guys can tell, there's nothing here. Just the rain, the van, and you.
And the van's most definitely stuck.
Probably try and get it out, but you can see the tires are probably. Sorry, I froze. The tires are probably like down 6-8 inches in mud at this point.
Okay. I mean, I guess we're walking until we find something.
I'm gonna try and get us out. Before we just assume that we're stuck, I'm gonna put that baby in gear and try and pull us out of here. Because might as well be more stuck if we are stuck. So I get in the vehicle, turn it on, and I say, I don't know if you want to be in the vehicle while I get it stuck. Might be good to keep you dry and not muddy.
Hold on, I want to roll a luck check for myself to see if I know that if you throw sticks underneath tires when they're stuck in the mud, if it helps. I rolled a 1, so I did not know that.
No.
Damn it.
So the better question is, well, Joe grabs the driver's seat to try and pound their way out. Do the two of you get back into the van?
I think I'm
go
gonna
for
wait out.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna walk up to the road and like light a cigarette because Jones feels like a smoker. I get my poncho in the rain, you know. Just watch.
No.
Can I get one of those? Thanks.
Now, Joe, as you sit down in the driver's seat, start the van, and hit the gas or the reverse, whatever it is you're trying to get out of there, I need you to make a luck roll for me.
That's a
Oh, sorry, a D6. You're looking for
D6.
highs.
Yeah. As a 1.
A 1. As
Perfect.
you put your foot to the pedal, the tires just kick up a
Bury
wave
itself.
of mud that juts itself backwards towards your compatriot standing outside the van.
Oh, we're on the road. You know, we're up. So
That van ain't too far from the road.
Yeah, he said it was only a couple, 10 feet.
That's fair.
That's their fault. That's not mine at all.
Now, you guys are far enough back where you're not getting coated in the mud, but some flecks of it definitely like launched themselves in your direction.
Can I make a deck save to see how coated in the mud I am?
You certainly can.
Okay. I want to fail. So
I think Blake just falls over because she was not expecting. She was like hunched over trying to light this cigarette and just gets hit forward with a big fucking thing of mud.
I rolled a 3, so
Okay, so you're able to sort of dodge out of the way and save your, your bomber jacket and nice clothes from
yeah. I
the
imagine
stain of
like
mud.
I move out of the way and it all just hits Blake. You know what I mean? Like I was like, no.
Well, if we don't have a shovel or any of that, I don't think I'm getting us out. So turn it off, turn the engine off before I sink the exhaust in the mud, and I turn around. Hopefully I've brought a jacket to the Great White North.
Would you make a luck roll?
I am just as bad as Jones. It's a 1 again.
A 1. You did not bring a jacket.
Bye, dice.
Pacific Northwest.
Oh no. Okay. Well, we're stuck. I yell into the rain.
Uh-huh.
What do you guys want to do?
Guess we're walking.
How far were we? Do we have an estimate on that before we wiped out here?
No, like I said, you're probably an hour's drive. Mileage is variable. You guys are heading up into the mountains, so it's a lot of like winding and paths. It's been quite a decent chunk of time since you'd seen anything behind you.
And you said no service on our phones.
Nothing at the moment.
What's my battery like?
In lieu of another luck roll, let's say 75%.
Okay. I was gonna say I should roll a percentile dice, but I like 75%. That works for me.
Your battery will run out at the most inopportune moment, and that is not yet.
Perfect.
Well,
This is kind of creepy, huh?
I don't really want to walk. I want to lug my gear. I want to just stay right here and wait till morning time. See if maybe a car goes by.
I can have you carry some of your gear, but it's going to be cold tonight, I assume.
It's cold now.
It's cold now. It's going to be cold tonight.
God, all I have is this light purple blazer. I say out loud.
And I'm an idiot. I just brought my overalls.
I'm gonna root around the van for something to wrap around me, like a blanket or a pillowcase or like anything anything.
I think that's reasonable. I don't need like a roll or anything to find that. You can tell me, what do you find in the back of the van?
A ratty blanket that Jones was using as a fucking like pillow. He had it rolled, like balled up under his while he was texting on his phone.
It's my lucky blanket.
I'm gonna wrap it around my neck and be like, "Oh God, this fucking stinks."
I grab some of my gear. I guess we're not staying here. Can I? It sounds like the thing to stay warm got grabbed. Can I make a luck roll to see if I have something else? I have an idea of something that I might take with me for audio. Do you know what a sound dampening blanket is?
I think it's self-explanatory.
Yeah. So
I don't need a roll for that. If you think you got it, you got it. That's
yeah,
fine.
I'm gonna ruin it. It's gonna be ruined though. So it's not comfy like a blanket. It's rigid, so I have to like carry it over me.
Very rough.
Yeah.
Make a little tent.
Yeah, basically walking with a little tent on top of me. Okay. I lock the van up and I'm gonna leave my boom mic because I don't want to walk with the boom mic in the rain. So I just tuck my camcorder and bag underneath there and start trudging. Come on, Toby. Try to keep him like next to me.
So the three of you plus your animal companion walk up onto the pavement and head off down the road. Now, it's only a short while that you're walking before you do see a bit of a glow in the distance. It's a red light kind of emanating through the trees. You can kind of just see it. It's the only bit of light kind of in this dark of the highway here.
Is it a sign?
It's hard to tell at this distance.
Well, at least there's some light.
It's like that's where we're going.
Beacon in the darkness.
And as you continue down that path now with a destination in mind, again over the patter of rain, this thick globs on pavement, a noise carries. It's almost a growl or a screech. It's hard to tell. Sort of echoes across the trees.
Oh, man.
Immediately, I reach down and grab Toby's collar and kind of see how he's responding.
Not well. Probably ears up or tail between legs, however dogs respond.
Okay.
How loud is this? Is it just audible, or is it like really loud?
It was just audible and sort of faint. It was more like an echo over the trees. It's kind of hard to catch it over the sound of the rain, but it is the one thing that sort of breaks up the monotonous, pouring.
It could be a mountain lion. They make weird, awful screaming noises. So
You say that to us?
yeah, I do.
Did that sound like a mountain lion to you, Jones?
I think the both of you need to be quiet.
That sound like a mountain lion to you, Jones?
Can we see what the light is yet?
Not yet. You still have a little ways to go. You're maybe a half mile away at this point.
Did you say we left the road to go down a different path toward this light?
Just still on the road.
Okay.
I'm going to point the flashlight at the ground instead of further ahead, just kind of like not straight at the ground, but just a little bit further down, so it's not like illuminating the entire street. And I'm also going to turn on my handheld recorder, see if I can capture that noise if it happens again.
Okay. And
It's still raining, right?
oh yeah, still raining.
Yeah, I'm not pulling out my camcorder.
Yeah. But as luck would have it, as you begin to kind of like go through the motion, you get the recorder on, you hear the yowl. And it's almost like a human scream, but a little higher pitched. Be a woman or a child, but it's closer now.
I think it's a mountain lion.
Fuck up, that does not sound like a mountain lion.
Holding on to Toby, like trying desperately to keep him from like barking or growling or whatever. I start to pull him down the road, kind of like veering on whatever side of the road that noise isn't coming from.
You start gaining ground and getting closer and closer to the source of light. Now it seems a little bit more blazing and bright and noticeable. You hear the growl for a third time. This is loud. It rumbles in your ears. It's almost as if it's right on the edge of the woods. Again, a definitive, like, I don't want to try and imitate the sound for myself. Again,
No,
this almost scream. No, I don't even know if I know how. It's a terrifying screech. Ooh.
I pick Toby up and full break into a run towards the light, just like running as fast as I can.
Okay.
Run! I also yell to them as well.
Jones, even though he knows better, because if you run from mountain lion, it will 100% pounce on you. Also, just out of fear, begins to run behind them.
What kind of shoes did I say I was wearing? I was wearing
Vans. You said
Vans
Vans.
slip-ons. Yeah,
Oh,
these
no.
are fucking drenched in fucking rainwater. I start running too, but like shuffling because I'm trying to keep the blanket over my head while I'm shuffling and holding the recorder and the flashlight all at the same time.
Yeah. I want all of you to take a point of stress. Now, as a reminder, stress pulls damage from your hit protection, just the same as physical damage does. And you can heal your hit protection with, a few moments of rest in a safe place, enough time to take a swig of water or catch your breath. But if you guys want to do that, you have to actively tell me that you are resting. Either way. Oh, and keep track of your total HP.
Where do we take stress?
It's
on here?
straight to hit protection.
Straight to hit protection. Okay.
Yep. And like I said, just remember your totals. Now, with that in mind, the 3/4 of you are now moving vastly quicker. And you begin to sort of round the corner. The trees break and you see it, the source of the light, this sign, this neon sign sitting near the road, emblazoned the words, the Shelterwood Inn. Again, casting this light out there. Now, what you see behind it is presumably the inn in question. This is more of we would call it a motel these days. Single floor structure. The whole kind of setup is a little bit U-shaped in nature. In the center, there is a little garden area where the sign sort of resides. The pole sits out from this unkept grass. Around the edges, you see the drive-up rooms. There's pavement there. There's a little walkway, and then there's a series of doors. As you're rushing into it, we're going to use cardinal directions because that makes it easiest, for me at least. As you turn from the road and face the hotel, that's going to be cardinal north, just for reference. To the north, you see, again, the sign is in front of you, and then there's this main building that's set back a little ways that I'll talk about in a second. But like I said, those rooms sitting almost V or U-shaped, jutting out from that main building. If you get a quick count, there are 8 of them on what would be the left side as you guys face the hotel. What is the western side? There are 3 rooms. They appear to be bigger. On the right side, there are 5 rooms. Look a little bit smaller. No.
So there's 8 on the left, the west side, and then there's 5 on the right.
Yeah, 3 and, or did I say 8? There's 3 on the left, 5 on the right. 8 total.
Okay.
And right in the middle is the sign and the lobby. Sorry, I was grabbing a thing to draw on.
Yeah, the middle is where the sign is. There's a little unkept garden, and then set back a little bit ways away from that is the main building. Now, the main building is this. It's still a single-story structure, but it's set up in an old like A-frame. Mostly like a rustic-looking building. You can tell that this place had a lot of charm 30 years ago. It sort of sat there and faded with time since. Still looks intact. It is kept in some manner. Immediately, you're not alone. You can see in this parking lot, there are 3 cars. The first, in the room on your left side, I'm going to call room 1, doesn't really matter. One of the larger rooms, there's a faded red sedan. And in one of the rooms on the right, the smaller rooms, there is a black SUV. They're each sort of parked in front of their respective rooms. And also, parked up against the curb right in front of that main building, you see an old sheriff's car. Now, it is worth noting that
Sheriff's car?
A sheriff's car, yeah.
Okay.
So I have noted that little car drawing with the letters ACAB. So I remember.
Love it. Now, as you cross and you see the sign, you see the rooms, you take in the cars.
Just running straight for the office.
Yeah, I'm
scared
going
of this
too.
thing this time. Just like, I don't want to get my dog.
I kind of slow down as we're walking up, and I like pull up my phone and I snap a couple pictures because I'm like, look at this weird, like eclectic little nowhere place, man. I love this.
Yeah.
Who cares about the mountain lion?
It is worth noting that there's also a gas station next door that looks a little bit newer. And we can kind of talk about that later as it becomes relevant. But as you're rushing towards the lobby, the main building there, you'd notice that, there are those 2 cars there. It is pretty late at night at this point. And the only other source of light outside the sign itself seems to be coming directly from the lobby. But as you cross in there, you're running towards that main building. The moment you do not hear any additional sounds outside of the labored breathing and, slapping of your feet against the ground.
Okay. I start to slow down as we get closer to the building and turn around and take stock, look to see Jones and Blake. How's Blake doing?
She's struggling, but she's keeping up. I think one of her shoes probably fell off, and she like grabbed it, and now she's just holding it and just like running. And as soon as she gets under like the awning of the main building, she's just gonna like throw the blanket off and just.
Okay. I set Toby down.
See if we can get a room in here.
I try to open the door to see if the lobby is open.
So you reach up to the door. You do see, like I said, there are lights on, and you hear the muffle of voices. Until you grab the handle, go to move, and it's locked.
I look inside. I hear voices.
Yeah, the lights are on. The curtains are drawn, so you don't really have a good view of what's in there.
Is there a bell to ring?
You can knock.
I walk up and I knock. I'm just not even waiting anymore. You gotta give your ear against. I'm like, fuck this, man. Let's go.
But wait, we should inspect the door and see if there's any traps.
What game are we playing? It's a mimic.
Okay. As the pounding of the door commences, the voices stop. And as you continue pounding, after an awkwardly long period of time, you hear the latch of the lock, and the door as it opens. Now light sort of floods out from back behind there. And you see a man standing at the door. It's rather short, rather portly, quite mustachioed, wearing like an Argyle sweater vest type of setup.
Nice.
Hello. Hi. Hello. I'm trying to get like a little more professional now that I'm talking to somebody. Hi. Blake Haynes from the This Mysterious Life podcast. Did we determine that it was a podcast or a television show? I can't remember.
Maybe both.
Let's say both. The program This Mysterious Life. Our van broke down the road. Are there any rooms available that we could like put our things in and then like call a tow truck or something to help us out?
And he kind of looks up at you. You're probably taller than him.
Oh.
And
Okay.
he kind of stammers a little bit, and he goes, sorry, I wasn't expecting any more guests for the night. We had started to close down. And you see him kind of contemplating for a second, and he goes, yes, that's all good. That's all good. Come in.
I'll just immediately rush inside. Don't even like wait for him. Just like immediately get inside and bring my sopping wet dog inside too. Just like almost push him over.
Smells
goes,
so bad.
Oh, and the dog too. Oh, lovely.
Do you have mountain lions or something around here? There was something screaming at us on the road.
Mountain lions. I'm sure we're in the mountains, but not that. I hope not.
Joe like finally just like calms down, just like we're inside. Yeah.
Okay. How much is the room gonna be? And I guess we should probably get 2 rooms because I don't want to be in the same room with the 2 of you. No offense.
No, we can. We'll get to that later. Come in first. Would you have a seat? Have a seat. And he looks around. He goes, he points towards the western wall of this establishment, and you see a bar. Now, it is worth noting as you kind of filter in, push past him, you see the lobby here was clearly once lavish at some point, but it's in desperate need of renovation. The walls are covered in this once bright green floral wallpaper. There are chandeliers that sort of hang from the ceiling that are just caked in dust. You pass by the marble reception desk. Again, it's probably got like cup rings and all sorts of like bit of mess on there that just need a good cleaning. And, I'll spread throughout the room. There appears to be, there's a little seating area, a fireplace that's currently unlit, a couple of tables. There's like a service door that leads presumably to the back end of the hotel there. And then there's the bar itself. Now, the bar, as you kind of like look and follow his point to it, the bar takes up most of the western wall. You do see a little door, like a little gate, one of those little cowboy gates that looks like it leads back into a kitchen of sorts. But the bar itself is surprisingly well stocked and probably the cleanest thing in this whole place.
Jones is like takes out the poncho. It's like fantastic. And he sits at the bar.
Yeah, and it's got the mirror in the back. It's stacked with like all sorts of expensive, liquors and beverages. I know alcohol. And you're not alone. Past this, middle-aged man, you see two other individuals, one seated at the bar, a woman kind of dressed in more of like a prim and proper pantsuit type setup. It's very crisp, very clean, just kind of like ignoring you for the most part and nursing a drink at the bar. And then there is an older man, as you walk in, he sort of looks up. He's got gray hair and a well-kept beard and a face wrinkled by years of smiles. However,
quite the description there.
I've never heard anybody described that way. It just made me, I was like, wrinkles, and then
it made me uncomfortable. It
made me smile immediately. I'm like, this is a great guy.
And one of those smiles adorns his face as he notices, the 3+ dog of you enter the room. Now, he's dressed in all black, and he's got the little clerical collar on. However, he's currently holding a mop, and you can see him kind of like mopping a section of the floor here. No.
That is, I don't say this out loud, but gosh, that is peculiar. It is.
I look at him like, forgive me, Father, for I've spilt,
All right, so presumably rush over towards the bar. Is that what you're all doing?
Oh yeah, I'm sitting at the bar.
Well, I'm not going to rush towards the bar, but I will. I'm actually going to follow the guy wherever he gestured for me to sit. I'm just going to like head that direction.
It was just one of the bar stools.
Yeah. All right.
And he kind of like shuffles on back behind the bar. He kind of raises the gate and slams it back down, and looks at the three of you and goes, "So sorry for my lack of pleasantries earlier. I guess we weren't expecting guests this late of an hour. My name is Otis. I am the proprietor of this establishment. Can I get you anything to drink?"
Yeah, can I get an espresso martini?
No. How about something else?
How about mezcal paloma?
Don't know that one.
How about three old fashions?
Three old fashions. That I can do.
Okay. And also could I have a little bit of water for my dog? And
of course.
Joe stays respectably like away from the bar and puts down the baffling blanket kind of for Toby and tells Toby, stay right here, buddy. You're dirty. I don't want to have you getting everything all wet. Maybe a towel too. I don't want to get your bar all wet.
Sure. And he like looks around and he goes, he grabs a towel and he throws it at you, and it's just like a bar towel. It's like one of the
could I have a cup of coffee, please?
The coffee is...
I want to roll a control check, I think. Or whatever it would be. I'm looking because at this point it has become clear to me that this man is looking around for the answers to things. Me as the player. I want to see if I notice that.
I don't think you need to roll anything for that. I think it's in character for you to notice that.
Yeah, I mean,
we are investigative.
Yeah.
Peeps. And as soon as I get situated, I actually check my bag to check on the status of my camera.
Camera's good.
I bust out a bipod and I set the camera up actually at one end of the bar, kind of facing everybody, because I'm like, hey, maybe I could fill some B-roll with this. This place is kind of funky. And as soon as it's set up, I walk over to the bar, I pick up that old fashioned, if he's made an old fashioned for us.
Yeah. So first he gets a cup. He like pulls out one of the little bar instruments and fills it with water and hands it over to you.
I go bring it over to the dog.
As you bring it over to Toby, you put it down, you realize it's seltzer water. And as he clinks around behind the bar for a little bit of time, he's grabbing I don't know how to actually make an old fashioned in person. He's grabbing alcohol,
whiskey and bitters, I think, and orange peel.
That's it. Yeah, and if he doesn't,
so he needs to get sugar. So I like Jones leans over the bar. Is like, listen. So you need simple syrup, or you need like sugar, right? Okay, and then let's do like a whiskey bourbon. And then do you have a glass to stir it in? A little bit.
Yeah, of course. Oh no, I got this.
Do I believe that he has it?
Do you believe he has it?
I don't believe that he has it.
Okay. Joe is holding on. Even Joe is like, looks up at the seltzer water. Is like, he's an innkeeper. He's not a barkeeper. He must just be an innkeeper. He's not a barkeeper. That's the reason why. And comes back over.
3 old fashions get slid out, and it's in like a regular glass. There's far too much ice.
Ooh.
Wait, it's in like a pint glass
with ice. With ice.
You can see like an asinine amount of muddled fruit kind of like jammed in the bottom of it. He spreads it over. He goes, free of charge.
Perfect.
This looks really good. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
It is my pleasure.
Where's the coffee? I'm just a bit cold.
Coffee. He walks over and the machine's there, and he like pulls out the little like grinds
filter thing.
Yeah, the filter, and he looks at it. He goes, "Oh, good." And he shoves it back in, and boop, hits the button, and you hear the water kind of like sort of percolate and whatnot.
Oh, great. Okay. Joe, you got the camera set up. Great. We can get some good shots from in here. This is actually a really good spot for some just great B-roll.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
Yeah.
And you hear the woman at the end of the bar who's kind of like watching you with eyebrows raised. She got a bit of a stern face and hair is kind of pulled back. She kind of speaks up. I would prefer, not to be filmed if that's okay.
Oh, don't worry. We blur out all faces, and if you don't sign an NDA, well, if you don't sign a release, we can't put you in anyway, so you'll be blurred out.
No, it's just that my organization, we try and maintain our images here. We can't just go on and have random videos of our employees working around. I can move. I just
no need. I'll turn it off.
She can move, Jones. Just she can move.
Don't worry, Blake. Don't worry.
Wait,
Blake.
what organization?
I'll turn it off. I walk
over. They're discussing. Like, so wait, what organization are you with?
And she kind of like gives you a bit of an eyebrow and goes, I work for Vaulted Pyramid. We're a bit of we're on the smaller side, like a architecture and contracting business. Got offices dotted all across the country. It's just we don't like to. We tend to want to control our corporate image here, and I'm a known face there, and it's a little weird being filmed by strangers.
So, out of character, have I heard of this organization at all?
Probably not.
Okay.
Unless you are like in the real estate and development forums or what have you.
I feel like it's an MLM for architecture because they sell like architectural schematics, so it's like a pyramid scheme.
Joe's going to go over and turn off the camera. Ooh. There we go. Camera's off.
Let's see if you're slick enough to do it unnoticed.
Okay.
The red light's just still glaring out of the front of the
camera. I'm assuming that we run into people all the time.
Probably, yeah.
And so my red light is like it doesn't even function. I have actually disabled it so that no one can see that it's running. But yeah. Dexterity?
Yeah, I think this is a sleight of hand type of deal.
Okay.
So give me a dexterity save, please.
I got a 2, and my
2.
dexterity is 15.
Oh yeah, so you are real sly, a very practiced move. Maybe you're even looking at someone as you flip the setting to leave it rolling.
Because I am uncomfortable. This room makes Joe uncomfortable.
Well, I guess we can just get some footage later or tomorrow.
Yeah, in the morning. In the morning would be a great
Yeah.
time. I'm sure there's gonna be nobody in here.
Otis, can I get that coffee, please? I really need to wake myself up here.
Blake has not forgot about this coffee.
1 second. And he goes and he turns around, and it's been a couple of minutes at this point. So the coffee is like well and brewed. You can kind of all smell it, and pulls it out, kind of pours into a cup. He does have a mug conveniently. Maybe they're kind of stacked up right by there.
Just a pint glass, just
Yeah. And he lays it down in front of you. Just a black cup of coffee.
Oh, thank you so much. And
now as he's pouring the coffee, bringing it over, you hear the door open. The front door. The sounds of the storm kind of come in, and you hear like the door open, and you see somebody walk in and kind of stomp their boots. You hear the noise. Now in walks in a younger gentleman. You can kind of see he's wearing a sheriff uniform. He's got a bit of a slight frame, so the shirt's a little bit big on him. He's kind of swimming in it at this point. But he's got the cowboy hat on. You can see his hair underneath is kind of swept back and wavy. And as he stomps his boots, he's kind of like shaking the rain off himself. He goes, folks, got nothing. Must have run off. We'll deal with that. And he turns and he sees the three of you standing there.
All right.
Thank God, officer. Oh, we had an accident in our van. And it's so good that someone is here to help us. We didn't call though.
No, I've been here a bit. He kind of points out toward where his car is.
Oh,
he walks over to the bar, formal. He goes, "What's this I hear about an accident?"
We accidentally went off the embankment and got our van stuck. How long of a walk was it? What I had estimated?
I think I said about a half mile.
About a half mile to the south, north.
If I'm using the same cardinal directions, it would have been to the east.
To the east. Yeah. We walked through the road up here, and something awful screamed. It's just a rough walk for us. I walk over to my dog, and I bend down to see how my dog is doing. Because
your dog is doing okay. Nothing.
Okay.
No alert outside of the curiosity of being, introduced to somebody new.
Okay, good. Because I feel like there's a bit of tension. The dog should know if there's a little bit of tension. Yeah.
And so the guy who walks in, his uniform's got Wayne kind of written on it. Presumably there's some badge type setup going on his his breast, but he goes, you run off the road?
Yeah.
So there's a creature?
Something screamed at us out there or growled at us. There was something on the side of the road. Could have maybe a mountain lion. Do you have mountain lions around here?
Yeah, there's surely mountain lions. Must have been it could have been a bear.
Oh,
It's been one getting in the dumpster back behind the hotel here. I was just out taking a look. We heard a big bang. Maybe the same creature.
When you say a big bang, you would characterize that as obviously.
Oh, just something rooting around in the dumpster out back. It's not uncommon out here. Bear tend to get themselves into people food. You know how it is. But
Sure.
I was just poking around out there. Didn't see anything. Maybe it ran away. Maybe that's your growls.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. I don't know about bears making screaming sounds, but yeah.
It definitely didn't sound like that.
And he kind of shrugs. He goes, "Yeah, I don't know. Not uncommon out here."
Well, thank you, officer, so much for your concern.
You're exactly as helpful as every other cop I've ever dealt with. So
we would really appreciate your assistance if you could call your dispatch and have them send out a tow truck for us. I would really appreciate it. I am the sole owner and creator of this Mysterious Life podcast. Maybe you've heard of it. And we would be extremely happy to feature your name as a credit and possible producer credit for this show. The episode that we're currently working on here, for being such a good hero, not such a savior to us. And Otis here too for making this delicious coffee and these drinks. Just fabulous. You all have been so fabulous.
And so Wayne kind of shakes his head and he goes, no, that won't be necessary. I do have a bit of unfortunate news. I am off duty, so to speak, at the moment. My radio's back at the station. Why don't we have Otis here set you up with a room? I'm sure he'd love to do that. And Otis kind of goes, yes, of course. You guys we'll do a room.
So you don't have your radio in your truck, in your squad car?
No, we're a little bit old fashioned out in the boonies here.
I would say that is a bit old fashioned.
Yeah, you can see that piece of shit I got out there. We just have a standard handheld radio system. Like I said, I drive in the car on the way back home and, put all my gear back at the station there until the morning when I go pick it up. But if you do spend the night, there is what's his name, Hank, over the gas station. He's a mechanic. He's got himself a tow truck. He'll be back in the morning. We can get you all towed and settled up at that point. Does that work for you?
Seems like it's gonna have to.
I think that sounds really, really lovely. Thank you very much.
Hey Otis, do you guys have a phone I could use?
And Otis goes, well, yes, but I think that storm might be running with the lines a little bit. We've been having trouble getting calls out today.
Such inconvenience.
Unbelievable. Is the cop still near us?
Sorry.
So no Wi-Fi
all kind
either.
of like by the bar.
No okay. Wi-Fi either. That's a bummer. Okay.
But Otis goes, I'll get you guys settled in a room. Get you a nice room. But first, how about grab a meal? You hungry? Do you want to eat some dinner?
Oh my goodness, yes. You know what? Actually, Jones, can you get a picture of me and Otis real quick on my? I have to post this on our Instagram as he's been such a good host. And I hand Jones my phone with the camera open, and I just put my arm around Otis and like over the bar, and I'm just like.
He's like, please, no, this is totally unnecessary. No.
And I immediately just go into.
All right, you do end up getting like a shot of his face, but you can kind of see him kind of squirming, and it's a little blurry.
And I also look at the screen just to make sure that Blake isn't handing me a little note or something on there. So I'm like,
damn it, I didn't think of that.
Absolutely, just terrified.
I think we're all on the same page at this point.
Yeah, so I'm not particularly hungry. My stomach's a little turned from that fright out there with the bear. I think I'd actually like to just get warm, maybe take a shower or something. Get out of this wet clothes.
Nonsense. Here, just wait. I'll whip you up something, just a little light snack. You're good. And then he kind of like rushes off back into you hear like clang out the kitchen as he goes through the door.
Okay.
I look back and forth. Is the cop still standing over us?
Yeah, I mean not like hovering, but he's kind of there. Maybe he's leaned up against the bar in one of the seats, kind of closer to the woman on the end there. The priest has put away his mop bucket. You can kind of hear him roll it off, and he settles into one of the tables there, kind of like still smile peeked on his face, like looking at you guys and watching the situation unfold.
I leaned into Blake real quick and was like, "What the fuck was up with you and the cop? Did you want to like hold it for him while he pees as well?"
No, you
I'm gonna take my drink and get up and go sit with the pastor, the father.
I'm gonna drop my recorder into Jones's pocket and like pat it so he knows that I put it in there. You're like jacket pocket or whatever, because it is still running. By the way, ever since 15 minutes ago when I turned it on the road, I've had it running the whole time.
Tricks, these little tricks to get information. I'm like, oh, okay, all right. I don't say anything. But I give like a.
So I sit down with the guy. I'm like, hey, good evening, Father. I call you Father.
Yes. My name is Father Fred.
Father. Sorry, one more time.
Fred. Father Fred.
Father Fred.
Five Nights at Father Freddy's.
Yeah, Five Nights at Father Fred. It is a pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, my name is Jones. I'm part of this, this vodcast. I don't know if you've heard of this, but yeah. Are you a priest or do you work here?
Oh no, I am I'm a priest of sorts, but you can call me semi-retired. I been getting a little old for the practice here. So I generally do confessionals once or twice a week at my home church, but they needed a priest down at a parish in Coldwater for a few weeks. They had nothing better to do, so I'm on my way there.
Cool.
So to speak.
I mean, it sounds like really rewarding work. I mean, I could see how it gets hard as you get older, kind of taking on the burdens of people around you. But what denomination are you?
Catholic.
Oh, interesting.
Can I put a hold on this just for 1 second? I got a question to ask.
Sure.
So we're coming to Coldwater to do some debunking investigation. What exactly are we coming to debunk?
There were some disappearances that were kind of strange that have been happening in recent times, but also sort of in the history of this place.
I think I understand why. Okay, all right. Continue. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Had to get some context there.
So, are you just hanging out at this hotel for a couple days, or?
Oh no, I'm just on transit. They had some openings here. It's a short drive away. I'll be there in the morning.
Yeah, cool. Well, good luck to you in your travels. What's up with that lady at the bar? Do you think about this? She said the vaulted pyramid. You heard anything about that?
Some development firm from what I've been able to glean from her.
So you have heard of them? I've never heard of them before.
As of tonight, sure.
Oh, okay.
Been here a few hours.
Oh, interesting. Okay, well, we've had a rough night. If you want to come over and bless our drinks, I think we'd all appreciate it.
And he kind of laughs as if you're joking. I don't know if you're joking or not.
I don't want it to be apparent whether or not I am. So
okay. He takes it as a joke.
Perfect. I like nod and like evening.
While that's all happening, I'm going to gesture to Joe to come over and just like kind of make some small talk with you. But yeah, like just not about anything, but while we're small talking, I'm going to just imply that I want you to go just talk to the sheriff while I go follow where Otis went.
Okay. I give you the whole right on, and I go over to the sheriff and I go, hey, what time is it? I don't have the right time on me.
And he kind of like looks at his watch on his wrist and goes, oh man, that's almost 1 a.m.
Yeah, so this kind of seems like a popular haunt, that people hanging out here late at night. You tend to stay here often?
Oh, me? Yeah, Otis and I go a ways back. We guess I can say I'm a regular. I tend to stop by the end of my shift every so often. Say hello, see how things are doing, get a drink here and there.
How far is Coldwater from here?
Coldwater itself, 40 minutes.
By car?
But I'm a county sheriff. I do the whole region here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So your sheriff, how many deputies you got?
Well, let me be clear. I am one of the deputies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. There's a team about I think about a dozen of us, last I recall.
Wow.
Pretty
What
big.
I have
kind
some
of
questions about their training regimens.
No,
Do you guys do any de-escalation training?
I'm literally just trying to get if this guy is a real sheriff. First off, it's just like he's seeming like he's a real sheriff. Does he have a belt? Does he have a belt on with a gun and everything?
Yeah, he's carrying a weapon.
Okay. So we heard some things about Coldwater. I guess there's been some disappearances up here, and I think if anybody would know something about that probably the local law enforcement would know something. You heard anything?
And he kind of rolls his eyes and he goes, rumor and speculation mostly. We're out here in the wilderness. Coldwater gets a lot of tourists that come out there during the later portions of the spring and into the summer. It's a big old lake out there, mountains, so on. Disappearance is mostly just inexperienced hikers getting lost in the woods.
Okay, and I continue on this conversation because it doesn't seem like I'm going to get anything except for excuses. So I just keep on. Well, what about this? How about the bears? What about mountain lions? Blah 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 blah. Meanwhile, we can cut to.
Okay, yeah. What's Blake doing?
So which direction from the bar did Otis traverse?
It's probably to like if you're staring at the bar to the left of it, there's that little like double door.
Double flap doors, and that's also the same direction where the older woman is sitting at the end.
I would say she's probably on the opposite side of the bar.
Oh, good. Okay, cool. Yeah. So as soon as the sheriff begins to get like kind of like caught up in conversation, I'm just gonna kind of like walk over to like one of the columns or tables and just kind of like fiddle with it and just kind of do that as I kind of meander towards that side of the room and then try and slink in and peek through the window. Yeah.
Do you it's one of the, like I said, it's a cowboy door, it's not a full door, so it's like,
oh, I thought it was gonna be like the glass windows. It's a cowboy door. Okay.
Advanced. Yeah.
I'll like look through first and then go in if I feel like
Okay. As you take a quick peek, you see a prep kitchen. Doesn't look terribly large back there. You do hear a bunch of noises banging around.
Yeah, I'll push the doors open really, really like slowly and just kind of slip in.
Okay. Slip in. And you walk back again. Simple prep kitchen. There's a table, like a prep table there. It looks to be a grill, a fryer, a decent sized like fridge set up, maybe like a walk-in fridge. Space to store goods. There's probably a couple of shelves kind of like jammed up in there.
I'm gonna pull my phone out and I'm going to pop up my memo recorder and put it in my lapel pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Because my handheld digital recorder has extreme length of time available, but my memo recorder is obviously smaller.
Sure.
But I'll pop that in my lapel pocket and then just kind of like I'm still gonna try and not be seen back here, but if just in case I am, I'm gonna try and see where he is and what's he doing.
As you kind of like peek around the corner there, you see Otis kind of like stammering around in the kitchen. He's got like stuff on the grill and you can see he's like frantically flipping it. It looks like a couple of burgers kind of splayed out there. The kitchen itself is like filthy. It's like somebody hasn't properly cleaned it for the night is probably the best way to explain it. You can hear like the bubble of a fryer going and Otis is like looking over at it. He's like looking back at his thing. You can see he's got plates back there and he's going to be looking around. He does not notice you as he's like frantically sitting in there and he goes like, and you can see he kind of like puts the spatula into the burger and he starts plating the first burger. It's getting this final little bit of food ready.
Is there anything in this kitchen that is not what I would expect to be in a dirty bar kitchen?
I would say no. It looks like a dirty bar kitchen. It's
okay.
Otis ain't the most skilled at the grill, that's for sure.
And is there another exit from here, or is it just out the bar?
Just out the bar.
Okay. Then I will just leave it at that for now. And I'm gonna like slip back out the bar doors and just kind of wander around.
Okay. As you get out. It's only another few moments before you hear a shuffle of footsteps and you see Otis push his way out with 3 plates of food.
Mm.
And he quickly washes over. He puts down the tray on the bar, pulls out the plate, and hands one to each of you. It's simply a hamburger, bun, a couple of fries, or like a handful of fries, kind of like.
Is there cheese on the burger, or
no? Just a burger.
It's just meat and bread.
Just meat and bread.
Hey,
And he hands these out, and he goes, "Bon appetit. You can quickly take as much time as you need, and we'll get you settled up in a room for the night whenever you're ready."
Can we just take the burgers with us to our rooms, because we are still wet and quite cold.
I suppose. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. And he wanders back into the kitchen, and after 45 seconds, he comes out and he's got like a bunch of to-go boxes, and he hands them out.
Oh, thank you so much. Can I get a to-go coffee as well?
I don't.
I'm gonna take a nibble of a fry while I'm there. I'm taking a nibble of a fry.
I'm really just trying to push this guy to his limit, because it's very clear that he has no idea what the fuck he's doing.
I know.
So,
I'm taking a nibble of a fry just to see how badly it's fried. Is it like crispy or underdone, or what? Is there something
still cold in the middle?
It is certainly not a frozen fry, but it's like a crinkle cut, and it's still kind of like limp.
I can taste that. Oh,
okay.
That undercooked crinkle cut fry is just like cardboard.
Okay, cool. Thank you, Otis. I say, not trying to be like, condescending or anything. Like trying to be like genuine, but also like terrified. Oh, goodness.
And he goes, okay, you get that wrapped up, and he starts shuffling off towards the desk, and he goes, I will pick your room.
Perfect. I like walk over to the desk with him,
And he kind of comes back, and he goes, and he's like wandering around the desk, and he's like looking around a little bit, and he goes, and he pulls open the there's like a little shelf in the back there, and he goes open, and you see like a bunch of keys, metal keys hanging on rings. And he goes, he looks and he goes, perfect. And he pulls one off the ring. You see it's for room 2. And he goes, turns back around. He sees Jones sitting right there. He goes, I will bring you guys to the honeymoon suite. And he goes, let me just get my set of keys too. And he turns back around and you see him kind of like grabbing something out of the box. Because we weren't expecting to be so busy tonight. Unfortunately, that's our only room that's ready for guests. So we'll have to put all 3 of you in the same room. Free of charge, of course. I am a helpful man where I can be.
I really appreciate that. When he was opening and closing the room key box, did I notice if he like locked and unlocked it when he was going in and out, or just
the key box is just open and closed? So there is a lock on it, but it was not locked as he approached it. And he goes, "Yeah, grab your stuff. I'll do the tour."
While that's going on, I pack up my camera and everything and get ready to go.
Okay. Does Blake do anything?
God, this is so sketchy. Every single fucking thing about this is so sketchy. But I'm just gonna keep playing it off like I'm just so grateful for their help. And I definitely want to overdo it with the sheriff too before we walk out the door. Just like almost like that, like damsel in distress, like put my hand on his chest and really just like,
yeah. Hook, line, and sinker.
Oh yeah, he falling for it?
Oh yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, I'm gonna thank you you're such a hero. And then like after I walk away, I'm gonna look at Jones and Joe and just be like
and Joe is just so freaked out he can't even like register it. He's just like dead stare back, like no registration at all.
Okay. Otis again, he offers to show you the way, to bring you to the room.
All right. I collect my dog and my camera.
Let's go,
And
Otis.
as the group of you... Oh, sorry. What were you going to say?
Oh, I just said, let's go, Otis. Let's fucking go.
And as the now 4 of you plus dog cross the threshold back out into the storm, heading to the honeymoon suite, I think this is a good opportunity to take a quick 5-minute break.
We will be right back. Stay tuned for the rest of One Night at the Shelterwood Inn.
All right, welcome back to One Night at the Shelterwood Inn, the Liminal Horror and Triangle Agency crossover reality. For the break, we were just leaving the lobby of the hotel. Otis offering to give you a tour of the honeymoon suite that you've been promised. As you've walked out back into the rain. Quickly shuffling ahead, Otis walks up around under the awning of the building over to, what would be the western end. You sit those 2 larger rooms, passes by room 1 and up to the door of room 2, where you see him take his key and open the lock.
As we walk by room 1, are the curtains pulled or is it open like enough the windows that we could see in?
This is one of those interesting things where the style of this is very the term isn't art deco. It's not what I'm thinking of. 21st century modern, I think that's the term for it. Where it's instead of like one of those big long windows that you see in a typical hotel, somebody got fancy with the design here and did a series of like those slatted windows.
Oh, cool.
So light can filter through. But it's one of those things where it protects your privacy because nobody's like staring in your window at this hotel. But as you walk by, the other 2 rooms on this block here don't seem to be lit. You do walk by I believe it was a red sedan that I stated that's parked in front of room 1. So presumably somebody is, there, or that's somebody else's car. But the curtains seem to be drawn over those windows. But he does, Otis has opened the door if you wish to follow.
I'm like, thanks.
Yep.
Totally normal guy.
Go right in.
What are the features of the honeymoon suite, if you don't mind me asking?
That is a very good question. I want you guys to paint the scene for me. As you walk in, Otis flicks on the light and you see the room. What elements of this room, again, it is a honeymoon suite that is true to its name. What is it about this room that tells you it hasn't been updated in about 40 years?
I want the rotating heart bed.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. It's like this has to have that like 70s rotating art bed. Like everything's kind of like red or pink.
Right in the middle of the room.
Yeah. Yeah.
Paisley heart wallpaper.
Yeah.
And like either like a red or like a pink shaggy carpet. Oh my gosh.
God. Like a 2-inch shag.
Matted down with just years of footsteps.
Oh, God. There's got to be a mini bar that has like backlights on it, but it's like all just like crusted.
And brass mirrors. Definitely a little corroded on the walls.
A nice
on the ceiling too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Where it's just like
the whole ceiling is a mirror.
like
okay, so a few more
like,
things.
I would unironically stay here, by the way.
Yeah.
Same.
It actually reminds me a bit of Madonna Inn.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, for sure. This whole place reminds me a little of Madonna Inn. So,
but as you filter past Otis into the room, he does give a cursory tour. He's like, "Oh, the bathroom's right in the back," and you can kind of see he points to a door leading in there, and you see like a heart-shaped tub conspicuously not in the bathroom, just like set off to the side and vaguely near the door. And he goes, yeah, the bed's there. We do have the seating area as well. If somebody doesn't want to share that bed, and it's like a what the hell do they call them? I wrote this down. Hold on. A sunken seating area.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Whoa.
That's old school. That's
That's got like a leather couches that are kind of spread out there, and you see There is a fairly modern television that had been kind of crudely attached to the wall on a mount, and it's at the way that the room was situated was not meant for this type of TV. So it's at like an odd angle compared to where the central point of the seating area is.
Yeah.
And he goes, well, we got basic cable. There's some packages in there if you're interested, but
Oh,
this is
There will be in a few minutes.
The room is yours. Like I said, it's free of charge. I do ask that you check out by 11, but you do have to come find me so we can get you to our mechanic. Yeah, George over at the station there. He's got that tow truck. He'll get you settled.
Was that the same name the sheriff gave us?
You're asking me, or are you asking?
Yes, I'm asking you. I'm not asking Otis. I'm pretty sure it's not the same name, right?
As far as I'm aware.
Oh, okay. Damn it. I thought maybe that was an intentional misnomer, but I think maybe I just misheard you. Damn. Okay. George. Okay, George over at the gas station. I'll try and remember that. Okay. Do you guys have any questions for our good friend Otis here? He's been such a pleasure, Otis. You are really just a lifesaver. Honestly, you've been a lot more helpful than the sheriff. I'm not gonna lie. And I like rub his chest a little bit, just like real gently.
I don't think Otis responds as favorably as the sheriff does, but he does crack a smile and he goes, of course. When you own a business, you do have to help those in need.
Of course.
Absolutely.
The foundation of our country. Absolutely.
Yes. Now, if you do need anything, here's your key, and he kind of like puts it down on the counter. I will probably be asleep very soon, but in theory, I will be in the lobby, and I will see you in the morning. He turns and he walks out the door. He closes it, and you hear like the click of the lock, and then you hear his footsteps kind of shuffle away back towards the lobby, presumably.
I immediately try to open the door.
Okay. As you get over there, you see it's old. It's rather archaic physical lock, and it looks like you need the key from both sides.
Figured. I was actually gonna say I go out the door with him, but then you started going, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna let it go. All right, so we're locked in here. Fuck.
You do have a key,
but we need it from both sides, right?
No, sorry, not at the same time. It's just
okay. That's why I was like,
the
shit,
door.
I think we're locked in here.
I was like, he locked us in?
Yeah. Okay. So I will put the key in the lock and turn it and see if the door opens.
Of course it does. Why would the door open? No.
Yeah.
So wait, hold on. Are we locked in?
Yeah. 100%.
You got a key. Just not to that door.
so was there another door in the room that I missed?
Bathroom. You guys haven't been back there yet.
I'll be like, okay, well, this is already not turning out great. You want to start recording? And I go check the bathroom out.
I pull out my camera, but I don't start recording. No, I do start recording as we explore the room and just kind of like, Blake, give us a breakdown. Where are we at?
1 second. Jones, give me my recorder back. And I'm gonna like reach into your pocket and take it. Okay. I'm gonna hit stop and then start again for a second file on the card and say, okay, this is Blake. Here with Jones and Joe. We've been locked in the honeymoon suite at the Shelterwood Inn. The previous recording on this has been just a lot of ambient discussion from the residents and the people who work here. We picked up a room, and then looks like the proprietor locked us into our motel room and gave us the wrong key at the very least, if we're giving him the benefit of the doubt. We're now going to explore. Do you guys have anything you want to add to this? This will be one of our official documentation recordings here.
Just that we encountered something in the woods, and what was that discussion? What did the sheriff say when he came in? He was looking for something. Something's going on.
Yeah.
You didn't drink any of that drink, did you, Jones?
Oh yeah, I did.
Are you feeling okay?
Jones is fucked up.
I mean, yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it was a lot of booze and a lot of muddled fruit.
I don't think he finished the drink, but he definitely had like a few good sips of it for sure.
Okay.
I mean, it wasn't an old fashioned, but I mean, I guess it was alcohol. So
Let's look around the room. And Joe's going to record everything: the bathroom, what the ceiling looks like, the closet.
Okay. Now we've already described the space. So you take your camera out and you're zooming up and around it. You get the good view of the bed and the mirrors and all of that. Another one we're left unexplored is the bathroom. I believe Jones was going out there first.
Yeah.
Or do all three of you filter into the bathroom at the same time?
I go in with him.
Okay.
I don't need help. I've been doing this alone for a long time.
I just want to see what's in here first. Then you can relieve yourself if you want.
Fair.
Now, the bathroom is, as you would expect, it's pretty cramped, all things considered. For as large as the room is comparatively, the bathroom is fairly small. Now, large enough just for a double vanity, toilet, standing shower. It's covered in just this gaudy tile. Bathroom itself probably a little more updated than the rest of the room. However, you do feel a nice cool breeze coming from an open window, along with the sound of rain continuing to pound outside. It just sort of cracked ever so slightly.
How big is the window?
Large enough for the average sized person to fit through.
That's amazing. That's exactly my size. So I'm like, hey guys, there's a window open. Just
Is the windows on the back side of the building then?
Yep. This would be the, if we're talking cardinal directions, it's the western
North
wall,
side.
like the outside edge. Yeah. And as you peek out the window, you see, again, you see that gas station sort of in the distance, but it's kind of behind a little bit of like a scattering of trees that separate these two kind of establishments now.
Wait, wouldn't the room number 1 be out on the western side of our? Because we're in 2, right?
Yeah, they're
Or are they like
I have it
scattered
mapped out. So they're all so 1, 2, and 3. You guys are in 2. They're all connected on a little bit of a verge. It's more U-shaped than laid out like that.
I got you. Okay.
Yeah. I have a map. I just didn't think it was relevant to share it with you guys.
I drew one, so
I understand now.
Yeah.
all right.
If you buy this official adventure,
Here's the plug.
I should have said that at the start. You can buy this.
It was all part of my mapping plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do get access to the PDF currently, which has a map in it that I made. However,
cool.
okay. So the window kind of like leads out into that western area. You see the gas station beyond, and as the three of you are kind of like sitting in this bathroom, camera out, staring at it, you hear just like a screech of bending metal echoing from the distance.
From that direction or from?
It's a little hard to tell, given that it's all coming in through this one window. It does sound like it's coming from vaguely where that gas station is.
Okay.
I don't think that was a mountain lion this time.
No, that sounded like something scratching metal.
Well, I mean, do you guys want to go check it out? You can put my poncho over the camera and keep recording.
I mean, I don't think we can all fit through this window, can we?
Not at the same time.
How big is the window, Josh?
An average
Large
person.
enough for an average sized person.
Oh, yeah, you did say that. I was
Yeah.
I was just already picturing in my head a small hotel room bathroom window. They're like this big. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I guess.
Well, given how
You know what? Actually, pause. Guys, it's very obvious that there's something weird going on in this place. Aside from the weird noises, I don't think we were locked in here on accident. And I don't think that they would leave this window open on accident. Or if they did, I don't know. We should be careful.
I mean, but listen, I'll concede that locking us in here probably on purpose, but the window, I mean, does that guy seem like he really knows what's going on? Does he seem like he has a good handle
I'm
on
just saying,
stuff?
I'm just saying we should be careful. Don't climb out the window and leave half your body hanging there so they can drop a guillotine on your spine. Like, just, that's what I would do as a murderer.
Yeah.
That's how I would set up the hotel.
Yeah, Blake, I've read your blog, so I know exactly what you would do as a murderer.
Wait, how did you find that? That's not under my
live journal.
I mean, at the same time, did you guys ever think that we'd go across the nation, all these different places, chasing stuff like this, and actually find this crazy bonkers shit like this? Now that I'm here, all I'm thinking is just want to make sure Toby survives, and I reach down to my pet Toby. You're gonna be okay, buddy.
Toby can fit through the window.
I always hoped we would find it, but now I'm kind of like, I kind of wish I didn't find it.
That's exactly what Jones has been looking for. So
yeah.
And Jones says that in third person.
Yeah. That's what Jones has been looking for. In like a Brooklyn accent.
So I'm gonna go through the window. But I'm gonna go through like kind of grab the outside and the inside and go legs out, and then
Okay.
I want to go head first and tumble like a big.
Quickly mantle out the window. You pull it down a little bit. And
Yeah.
Feet land on gravel that sits behind it, and look around. Seem to be alone.
You see anything out there? So, all right, here, I'm gonna hand you my mag light, and I'll hand the mag light out to Jones. And then
I'm like holding it up. I'm not even using this light. I'm like, just in case anyone comes around, I'm gonna beat the shit out of them with this thing.
I'm gonna start trying to climb out next.
Okay. Yeah, easy enough. You're able to kind of slide through, and your feet land on gravel after a few moments.
Oh, Joe, shut the light out.
What? Well, shouldn't I leave it on?
No, we want them to think we went to bed.
Okay. I go turn off the light, take one last look around the room at this uncomfortable room, imagining where all of the cameras are that are watching us, and then
pull out the black light real quick just for a quickie.
Yeah, I didn't bring one of those, but and then I walk Toby over to the back and I let Toby out the window.
As you flick the lights off, you feel Toby tense up.
I look around in the dark.
Stark,
What do you see, boy?
you get that feeling that you're being watched. So you just had the lights on.
I flick the light on again. Look around.
Anything in here?
And then I flick the light off again.
Feeling persists. Toby's still, ears up.
I look, I examine the room real quick for a light. Do I see like a blinking light from like a fire detector or?
I'm sure that there's probably something of that regard. That you have to have those for, various building codes.
Yeah, we are, and we're sure this place is definitely up to code.
Oh, yeah, it's
100% up to code.
above the board.
They've definitely bleached these sheets once.
I try to shake that feeling and leave the light off and put Toby through the window, handing Toby kind of over to Jones. Here, help him down.
The window. Don't let him fall.
Yeah, Toby is again squirming more than you would have expected, but settles after a moment, being let down.
Okay, and then I vault myself through the window.
Okay, easy enough.
Did you bring the camera?
Yes, yeah. Oh well, I would probably hand it to you as well. Yeah. Yes, be careful with that.
Hunter's
three of you.
standard catching.
Yeah.
The three of you and Toby now sit outside of your room. Again, as you look out, you're on the backside of the hotel, just, slatted building to your left and right. Behind you, like I said, there's a little bit of a median between the hotel and the gas station, and you can kind of see the gas station a little bit beyond. There is a little light coming from it, but it certainly doesn't look like it's fully illuminated. And then, like I said, it's a scattering of trees, and it's like 50, 60, 70 yards between the back of this hotel and where that gas station lies.
Do we want to check out the gas station?
I think so, but let's see if we can see in the window of this cabin next to us.
You're looking in their bathroom window?
Or
or
another window if there is another one.
Okay, you can peek in their bathroom window. It's it's the same setup as your room.
I'm recording them doing all of this. I'm just like sitting over there.
Yeah.
I have Toby watching my back as I'm
Some dude's just like taking a shit, reading like a fucking I don't fucking know, Women's Day magazine or something.
Okay. You peek into the bathroom with your flashlight and kind of get in there. Maybe even look with your camera. Looks like a normal bathroom. It's clean, set up, like a hotel bathroom you would expect it to be.
Is it cleaner than our bathroom?
I would say it's as clean as your bathroom.
Okay.
Your bathroom wasn't like
on the price, so
your bathroom wasn't dirty per se. It's just the room was worn with age and not
Very dated.
It's not like somebody just stayed there and you're walking into it. So the bathroom looks, as clean. It looks like somebody has at least wiped down recently.
Okay. Does it look like somebody's in like not in the bathroom, but somebody is staying in that room? Like, is there a shaving kit on the sink or a toothbrush?
There's no personal effects that you can see.
And the bathroom door is shut through the window?
Probably open, but only, like so much so that you know that it's open, but not. The lights are off in that room. There's nothing casting in.
Is this the room that has the black SUV on the outside of it?
Had the red sedan, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. Who's got the camera? Joe, you have the camera, right?
Yeah.
All right, Joe. Let's record this part for the VOD. I'm gonna go up and walk around the front. I'm guessing that there's another window to the room at the very least. There's the slatted windows on the front side. Is there glass windows anywhere else?
So the windows in the front are glass, but they're
like those paneled glass ones.
It's I don't know. I can't really explain it because I can see it in my head, but I can't see it.
No, I got you.
It's there's 1, 2, 3 and they're skinny windows. It's not that they're
I got you. Okay, yeah.
Privacy screen or anything like that, but you can kind of walk around the edge. You see the red sedan out there parked in front. Again, you see the windows there. The windows are designed so that they provide privacy, giving a little bit of a hint of the nature of what you expect is going on to this hotel. But so you can kind of shine your light in and look, but again, they're like I said, they're designed so you can't see into them.
Okay. I'm trying to like play this like episode out too, right? Like I'm trying to get footage and stuff. I'm gonna tell Joe like, all right, start rolling, and we're gonna try and get some like some descriptive narrative footage going here while we figure out what's going on.
We can always lay some audio over the top, so you don't have to necessarily describe anything that's going on. I can just capture it.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can do a voiceover later if I fuck stuff up.
All right.
That's my job. I'm the narrator.
Well, yeah, but I'm the correspondent, so I have to talk on camera.
All right.
Okay,
flick it on. Start following Blake around.
We've just hopped out of of the room that we were trapped in. We were locked in by our proprietor here at the Shelterwood Inn, and we are now investigating the surrounding cabins and the gas station across the median of the highway. This is the cabin that was directly next to ours, and we're going to go see if anyone's inside. There's a car out front. and I'll like walk around the front, like trying to be quiet for the real world, but also trying to like put on a show for the camera at the same time, you know?
Sure.
And then I'm going to I know you said we couldn't see in the glass, but I'm still going to try anyway. Just at the very least for the camera's sake.
Yeah, you take a quick peek, and again, you can see that there are curtains above it, but like I said, they're designed for light to filter through, but not necessarily eyes.
And then what about the door? Does the door have a peephole or a any kind of like little triangle window or something in the top?
I'm sure it has a peephole. It's pretty standard hotel, but obviously designed to be, looked out, not in.
Yeah.
You were given a hotel key as well.
Oh yeah. Oh, a little tip, little ding-a-ling on the exclamation point on the screen in the video game. Yeah, I'll hold the key up. Does it look like it's what does it have a number on it? I didn't even think.
Yeah, they all had numbers on it. Otis just put yours down on the counter. Didn't hand it directly to you. Give me a luck roll. Let's see if it is that key.
One.
It is not that key. Let's say it's just let's say it's room 8.
Okay.
Perfect.
Well, I guess Otis can't count. I'm gonna just gently knock on the door. Not loud, but just like a gentle one knuckle tap.
You knock in silence.
Jones is like, okay, and he knocks, but now it's like end of the boom.
Yeah, you knock. Silence.
I try the handle.
It's locked.
Okay, I think we need to. I mean, I can go in through the window.
Well, let's look at this car real quick, and then we'll go back to the back of the building.
Yeah, totally.
The car is parked directly in front or just near?
Mostly in front. Like it's the spot for this room.
So I think Jones is gonna because I feel like that's like when you're check out the car, you're kind of more in the open. So I'm gonna stay low and try and get up next to the car, and then go up and peek over the windows, try to see into the car without anyone maybe nearby being able to see me seeing.
You peek into the car, and there's probably like a little air freshener hanging from the mirror there. There's a couple of like cans shoved in cup holders. It's an older car. It's hasn't been cleaned recently, but it's not like it's full of trash.
Right.
But outside of that, there doesn't seem to be much personal effects.
Does it look like it's been driven recently?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm gonna do the found footage thing where I'm gonna point at Joe and I'm gonna say like get the shot there and then pull back and zoom in on the main building. Like get that like kind of like zoom in quick
Oh yeah,
shot.
I do the whole
Yeah. Yeah.
What do I see over there as I zoom in?
Out of the main building, you see the main building.
Are the lights still on?
The lights are still on in that lobby.
Do I see anyone else walking around this U? Any movement, any light aside from...
It's just you in the rain.
And I check with Toby. How's Toby doing?
Better than he was before.
Why were you freaked out in that room?
Wait, what happened?
Oh, before I left the room, I turned the lights off and Toby kind of lost his shit. Like he got his ears perked up. He noticed something. I felt like I was being watched. I turned the lights back on. I couldn't see anything. I turned the lights off again, and Toby did not like it.
And as Joe and Blake are having this conversation, Jones, what are you doing?
I'm trying the car doors and then the trunk. See if any of them open.
I love that we're all like whispering.
Wrote something for this car. I don't remember where I put it. Oh, you tried the doors, the trunk. They seem to be locked as you would have expected for this car. But as you try the trunk, you look up and you swear you see a shadow shift at the corner of the building.
Is it
I'm-
at our building or the one that we are, our room building, or the one that we're at?
You guys, sorry, all three of these are connected in one like big building. It's just 3 separate rooms within it. It's
okay.
not like distinct
Yeah.
buildings.
Gotcha.
Yeah, they're not cabins. It's a motel.
And you said it was
Right.
1 story, right?
Yeah, 1 story.
So when you say like in the shadow shifting in the corner, like
Sorry, around the corner. So if you guys are sitting by you guys would have had to come out of your room, come around the building,
right.
and then get to the car. The shadow moves like you swear you saw it shift like around that corner. You guys would have had to come around. So as if somebody was like staring at you from around the side and then moved.
Oh, I take off like trying to stay low but moving after the shadow. I'm like, come on.
Oh, can we go around the other side?
You can. It's a long way around.
Oh,
You're on the short end. You're on building 1 or near room 1.
Oh,
going all the way around as
Okay.
running.
I kind of follow along after Jones just to kind of capture the action. As soon as I see him moving, I'm like, oh, action shot, and do the whole like following in behind him kind of thing.
I'm going to not go with them. I'm going to like just almost, I guess, jog the other direction around the building while I pull my phone out and try and I'm going to pull my video camera stuff up. And with the flash enabled, however, that I don't fucking know how that works on iPhone, but it works. I know, I've seen it. So I'm going to have that set up and I'm going to start recording and I'm going to keep the flash pointed against my jeans until I like see something.
So Jones and Joe, you run around the room, camera, action shot, and you get around the corner and there's nothing. You shine the light, you see the trees, you see the rain still coming down, you see no one. Blake, as you're jogging around the other end, as you begin to crest around, you hear, your compatriots run around and they're gone. As you go around. As you are turning around the building, almost to the backside, you hear a voice. It's almost as if they're sitting right over your shoulder. He's going to steal your show,
Who?
You turn and look and there's no response.
Yeah, I'm going to be like, what the? Who?
Woo, woo.
And the voice. You'll take all the credit.
So I'm not around the corner yet. The second corner I would have gone around. I'm only around the first corner, so I'm kind of like
You're like on the side.
On the side, right?
Yeah, you're just about to crest into, presumably to meet your group again.
Okay, so I'm like right here. I'm gonna stop. I am obviously spooked a little bit, but I am on record, so I'm trying to keep myself professional. I'm remembering this. I'm gonna say, what? Who is gonna take my show?
I think you know.
Well, I kind of chuckle a little bit because I feel a bit like I don't think you know kind of feeling because Jones is a fucking idiot and Joe just loves being behind the camera. So who's gonna fucking take my show?
Do you say that out loud?
I think I'm gonna say that out loud because
Okay.
because it's like I'm kind of challenging this like thing.
You get no response. However, Jones and Joe, you hear that kind of like as you're rounding the building, you hear Blake's voice say that.
Okay.
It's not like it's close to you. You hear the echo because she's like, on the edge of the building, but still within earshot.
We press forward. As soon as I hear Blake's voice, I'm like, oh no, Blake might be in trouble, and kind of like push on. And I tell Toby, go get Blake to like go to Blake And Toby just takes off towards Blake.
Baxter.
Okay. So Blake, you can hear the gravel, of Toby running in your direction at this point. And after a second, the dog kind of like comes around the corner and meets you.
Hey, boy, do you see anything?
Toby seems to be acting normal, tail wagging, ready for pets.
I give him a scruffy scruff. To be clear, I just want to clarify, Hunter. I don't actually think that you're an idiot. Your character, not you.
My character is kind of an idiot.
Well, I know, but it's more of like a lovable friendship bullshit, like, kind of thing. But
I don't think Jones cares. So
yeah. Jones is just there because it's fucking free trips and like
Where else do you get to experience spine?
Jones is pushing his own weird nihilistic agenda,
Yeah. As the two round the corner to catch up with the dog, I'm gonna hit stop on my phone and then pull up the video, and as soon as they come over, I'm gonna be like, all right, guys, come listen to this.
You play it back and only hear your voice.
What the fuck?
You think I'm an idiot?
Yeah, dude, of course you are. Like,
Hey,
even fucking Toby
like,
thinks you're an idiot. Like, come on.
He's like angry, and he's like, okay.
Fine, yeah, you're right. Okay, Jesus. What the fuck? And I play it again, and I turn the volume all the way up, and I put it up to my ear, and I'm assuming still the same.
Just your voice.
Hey, I got a suggestion. Everybody kill your lights. And as everybody turns off their lights, I flip the camera onto night mode.
Oh,
Night.
Yeah, so some cameras, especially ones that you take on investigative, ghost, paranormal, whatever's, will have a really terrible, absolutely terrible night vision mode. Not good for anything more than like 10-15 feet. But all I'm doing is just turning it on, trying to see if one thing that it is particularly good at catching is like weird light reflection anomalies, essentially. So all I'm doing is like sitting where we are, just doing a quick pan to see if anything like pops up. Probably don't see anything. Do I see anything unusual? And it would be okay if I had that as a function on my camera.
As you filter back and forth in the tree level, you catch briefly the shine of eyes.
I pause on it.
It's there for a second, and then it's gone.
I just got eyes on the tree line over there. I point in the direction.
Yeah.
Could be an animal. Could be.
Let's go check it out. And like I as we're going, I think as you were panning, I was explaining like, yeah, I saw a shadow go around the corner.
I'm also gonna be whispering very quietly. What I heard is something was talking to me and telling me one of you is trying to take over the show.
Ridiculous. I would
Do one
hate
of
to
you
run
want
the show.
Do one of you really want, like, I don't think that you do.
Oh yeah, Blake, because I want to be interviewed on camera. That's exactly what I want. No,
Okay.
of course not.
Okay.
I'm not even sure
That's
I
what I
really
thought.
want to shoot these kind of shows anymore. I just got my degree. You
I
offered me
barely
a
like
job.
this show, and it's my fucking show. So like that's why
We're all steadily raising our voices.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, what do you do?
We should.
I think we're going to the tree line.
I know.
Nope.
There's potentially bears, mountain lions. I don't want to deal with that again. I don't want to go near the
Now there's
trees.
potentially so now there's potentially mountain lions.
Okay,
Before it was a dumb idea.
Let's all right, let's stop. Let's stop and think.
Okay.
And let's figure out what's going on here. We were gonna go to the gas station because we heard that noise, right?
Yeah.
That's the reason we were leaving the room.
We should still go.
You
to
said
the
that
gas
there
station.
was. You said, Joe, that there was something in our room.
Yeah, Toby noticed something in the room. It freaked him out.
But you couldn't see it when you turned the lights on.
I couldn't see it. No.
You just saw eyes on the night vision. when all of our lights were off.
Yeah, I didn't turn the camera to night mode in the room.
Okay. Why don't we... I want to be clear. I'm like saying this extremely quietly, trying to make sure that if anything's near us, it's not able to really hear us unless it's standing next to us. Why don't we just give up and go towards the gas station? But Joe, keep your camera on night mode facing behind us. Like hold it down by your hip.
Okay. I can
And see if we can
swivel the viewfinder.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can swivel the viewfinder. Okay. Let's go.
All right. Clearly there's nothing here. Let's just fucking go to the gas station and see what's over there, and maybe we'll find something. I say loudly.
You walk out into the road, or do you cut through the tree line?
I'm gonna cut through the tree line.
Yeah. I think I still want to give the appearance that we're trying to hide from the people. So tree line.
Okay. Well, I keep Toby really close to me.
For the sake of brevity, you quickly trudge across it. You realize that about halfway through the median, it dips down into this like basin water retention ditch, something like that, that's just full of phragmites. So you have to kind of like walk down into it like you're sopping through the water. It's super saturated dirt at this point. Crawl up out the other side of the embankment, continue on. You're already wet. Now you're a little bit more wet. And, you find yourself walking now onto the pavement of where this gas station is, and it's as you expect. There is a convenience store. It's not 7-Eleven, but it probably has like a very similar branding on there. Nice big glass windows that kind of wrap around the front of it. It's a, cinder block building. It is officially called the Right and Ready. There is a little...
in high school.
There's 3, 2, 1. There is a rusting canopy that sits right in front of the shop, and that's where the little island with the gas pumps is currently situated. There is like one bulb holding on for dear life that's kind of illuminating that little pump area. You also see attached to the convenience store is a single car mechanic's garage. It's kind of jutting out into there, but
so you said the lights are on inside the gas station?
Oh, no. So there is one single light at the pump.
Okay.
It's like the little island with the overhanger at the top. It's like I said, there's probably were more bulbs in there, but like I said, it's one light holding on for dear life at this point.
Terrifying. I tried the door of the gas station.
The main door, you can see it's one of a glass door. It's probably got like the little metal like slats running up in between it. Maybe somebody pulled a gate over it. There's a sign in front that's slipped closed, and as you jangle the door, it's locked.
Do we hear this? I look at the mag light, and I look at the glass door, and I look at the mag light, and I look over at Blake.
I grab his hand and just, not yet, please.
Okay.
As that's going on, I'm facing the other direction behind us, looking through the camera.
Ooh, through the camera. I think you're scanning, and you swear you catch another glint of eyes. But it's too quick for you to really notice.
Take a deep breath. I check with Toby. How's Toby doing?
Toby is not like at attention, but is definitely like stressed.
Something is nearby. Not right on us, but there's something out there definitely that Toby doesn't like.
Can you run the playback on the recording from since we walked over here?
Yeah, I walk under the canopy, and I pull it back and go through the viewfinder and kind of find the exact moment.
Nothing there.
I screen back a little bit further too, to like where I saw the eyes from across the way at the tree line.
Or as you can tell, nothing on tape.
I scroll back all the way to when we were in the bar, and I walk.
You get those conversations.
I get
Those play
conversations. Okay, then I put it back all the way to current and kind of go back to scanning our surroundings a little bit.
Nothing.
Nothing. I'm gonna go walk around the back. Actually, no. I'm gonna go look into the mechanics bay and see if I can see anything in there.
Yeah. How about Jones and Blake? You guys following Joe, or are you doing something else?
They're not gonna let me break this door, so I'll follow Joe.
I didn't say I wouldn't let you break it. I just said wait.
Okay.
You can break it later if you need to.
You guys follow around, and the garage is on the side of the building closest to the hotel. So that makes sense. It's the eastern side if you care about it. But you guys filter around. Again, it's a addition to the building. It's cinder block. There's a roll door that goes over the bay of the garage. That roll door has a couple of those like I don't know, squared windows that you can kind of like peek in. You look in and you see it's a single bay. There is a bunch of grease that's kind of staining the floor. There's a 2-post lift system that takes up most of the center, but it is currently unoccupied. So there's no car in here at the moment or anything.
It's open. It's open. We can see in
The window.
Oh, okay.
There's a roll down door in the front, and it's got the windows. And as you're peeking in, you can see the walls are lined with workbenches. Most of them are covered in like rusty tools and various parts of vehicles, just kind of haphazardly scattered. You do see a door in the back, presumably that leads into the rest of the building there.
There's a door in the back. You want to check it out?
We saw that door through the window, right? So
Yeah.
At this point, yeah, we have to.
Okay.
we'll circle around to the back of the building then.
Sorry, there's a door in the back of the garage.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's okay. That's
in
what I thought you
there,
were saying.
and presumably there's also a back of the building that you can go to if that's.
Let's go around to the back of the building anyway.
Yeah.
Check it out anyway.
Okay. As you crest around past the garage, you do see that there was a back door. I'll talk about that in a second. But as you get around the corner, you see parked behind the garage is a tow truck.
Oh.
Now it's old, it's beat up, it's had paint that was red at one point, but it sure shit ain't now. Rust coats most of the outside. Does look like a tow truck though, outside of that.
Okay. Sick. So thought they said the tow truck wasn't here tonight.
Who was it? George?
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably.
I take a moment and I actually flick all the way back to the bar room conversation, and I find where they say the name, where the sheriff says the name of the tow truck driver.
If you're talking about the sheriff said George.
Sheriff said George. So they both said George. Okay.
Well, I didn't say that. The sheriff said George.
Wait, hold on.
No, wait.
No.
You said
No.
I
Otis said
asked you.
George.
Yeah, I lied.
Wait, so when Otis was talking to us, what did he say?
Otis said Hank. You can scrub back the tape to find that.
Sure. We go, and then I'm just like, okay, cool. Look back to current and begin scanning some more.
I knew there was something fucking weird. I knew it. I was like, oh my God. So mad.
I was trying to make it clear that I was lying there, but yeah.
Yeah, well, no,
so
I just remember, I couldn't remember what order we asked who, and who didn't match up.
Right.
So I'm taking notes,
Okay.
but apparently not good enough. So
So what do you guys do? You see that tow truck back there? There's presumably the back door of the establishment too.
All right, that's Hank George's tow truck.
yeah, or just
he's
any
in the
other
truck.
name, you know. I'm gonna try the back door to the gas station.
I'm gonna
You just
look
ignore
in-
the truck.
I'm gonna look in the truck and see if the keys are in the truck.
We'll do the truck first. If you go and reach the door, the door opens. Interior is well worn, and you can like even just open the door. It's just the reek of cigarette smoke.
Does the light come on when I open the door?
I don't know if it's a new enough truck to still have that feature. This is a beat up piece of shit tow truck.
Yeah, my 85 Ram 50 had lights that came on, so
Fair enough. No, I would say no. The lights don't
Okay.
come on.
all right. Any dinging like the keys are in the thing, and or there's a switch that's turned on when you open the door, it'll give you an alert.
No, nothing security system wise. I thought what you're talking about.
See if the keys are in the ignition.
In the
Feel
ignition,
above-
no.
Feel above in the sun visor.
In all the
Visor.
Hollywood spots.
Yeah, the keys drop from the visor.
They do.
Yep.
Oh, fabulous. What the fuck do I do now? I've had a lot of tequila, so now I'm like, wait, what the fuck do I do now?
Yeah, you're not good.
A great opportunity.
So is it just car keys or?
I'd say it's just the car keys in this case.
Is the
You know what?
does-
Maybe not. Let's say that they're a full set, full ring, a couple different keys on there.
I noticed they're surprised. I'm like, okay, does the truck start?
Just found keys. Like a key ring.
Do you guys want to try the door?
Yeah, here. I'll hand you the keys.
I
Have
start.
you even tried the truck?
Well, not yet, but my thought is let's get the fuck out of here. But
Okay, but before we do that, I grab the keys and put it into the ignition and turn it to pre-fire so it doesn't turn the engine on, but gives me some kind of indication that there is one power and that the truck
True, fair
kind of
enough.
yeah.
You get no indication.
The battery's dead. Maybe there isn't a George or a Hank at all.
I mean, I think we gathered.
Yeah,
This
that
is
part.
all
I think
fucked
yeah. So I'm gonna take the keys and I'm gonna try the whatever keys are on there on the back door.
So as you go and you grab the keys and you start heading back, it's a little bit further around to where the back door is. So you don't need the back door itself. It's one of those, probably more of like an aluminum or metal door.
Yeah.
The back of the establishment here. It's swinging open on its hinges. The door itself is cocked. And you can see that the door is bent. And it's as if it was pulled back.
What the fuck? I say in character and out of character. I scurry back over to the group. I'm like, guys, look, that's what was bending. It's the door. Look.
Joe's going to walk over and examine the door.
Wait, sorry,
Right.
is it bent out or in?
Out.
Ah,
That's not good.
And he walks over with the camera.
I'm
to
going with
view
him.
the door. To view the door.
yeah.
Are there claw marks? Is there tool marks?
The door is bent and it is scratched up.
I immediately run in front of the
Scratched up.
camera and I start like in my like camera mode. Like, okay, it looks like that this door was torn open from the inside by some kind of, I don't even know, some kind of creature. Look at the size of these scratches. And I'm gonna gesture for Joe to give like get a zoom in on the scratches. You know.
And at the same time, I'm just like
Yeah, this is fucking screaming.
not saying anything, just like doing my job.
What kind of creature could have made these? Is it a cryptid? We have to find out. And then I go back out of camera mode and I'm like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah, I light another cigarette. I'm like, well, I mean, I feel like the only direction now is forward. and I step through the door. Mag light on, flashlight, big light, just pointing around.
I'm getting action shots.
All right, you cross the threshold into this establishment, and you find yourself in the back room. This is
Back rooms?
yeah, the back rooms. The room itself is filled with various like sealed boxes of goods. You can see there's a small desk, like a break area. The walls are like unfinished, like somebody didn't paint them back here. So typical retail back room type of space. However, the room itself is pretty trashed. Just scattered goods. You see canned drinks on the floor, chip bags, some open, some just on the ground. It's like a car jack that somebody had put there that's been kind of kicked off to the side. Those are all kind of strewn about into the floor. You do see that there's a doorway that leads into the shop towards the other end of this back room area, though.
I'm like nodding forward and let's keep going.
Joe takes a moment to look around for like a weapon. Like, is there a bat or like a tire lug?
You see the handle to the car jack that you could easily pop off.
Okay, I pop it off and like kind of stick it into my overalls. My overalls probably has like a big enough pocket to like stick it in the front of and then go back to operating.
You want to track
camera.
it's D6 as a weapon, but
D6, okay.
About that later. Yeah. Okay, so you push
In a game
forward.
you really don't want to get in a fight then.
I know, right? Yeah.
Push forward into the store. The lights are off, but you see the interior is neat rows of shelves filled with various snack goods and whatnot. You can kind of see, you're in the back rooms, probably like a refrigerated wall, like immediately to your left as you walk through the door. The lights are all off there, but you can hear the hum of the refrigeration still operating. You can see the glass window at the front. The light is kind of streaming in from that one bulb pumps. But as you enter the space, you just hear this sound that appears to be coming from somewhere within the room. And Toby, almost growling, like
Doing the like little pre-growl whine.
Yeah.
There's something in here, guys.
I like look around with the flashlight.
Do you move past where you are? You guys are kind of in the back corner. You're scouting around. You see nothing outside of like shelves and whatnot. There's a little bit of signs of spillage, a couple of bags on the ground and stuff here.
Yes, I move forward.
You move forward. Do the rest of you follow?
I'm keeping him in camera frame, trying to look at what he's looking at.
Yeah, I'm going to be behind Jones, I think.
Okay. So the three of you begin to push forward. And as you inch closer, Toby just openly growls. And at that noise, the squelching stops.
I have a pack of business cards in my pocket. I'm going to say that there's 250 because that's usually the amount that you get in an order. I'm going to pull them out of my purse as Toby's growling and just make a judgment call based on where Toby's like nose is pointed and like what is in that direction, like how much distance is between Toby and the wall, so to say, or a large object like a car or a toolbox or something.
The sound seems to be coming from like the center of the room, and it's a convenience store, so it's not terribly big, all things considered. So you're, like 30 feet from the sound source, presumably.
Okay. I'm gonna take the lid off the box, pull an entire chunk of business cards out of the box, and just like run forward and hurl the whole entire cluster of business cards in the middle of the room.
Okay, so you run forward, you throw, as your feet start hitting the ground, you hear the of scraping of the floor.
I thought that was shotguns, and I was like,
Oh, no. And the sound appears to be trailing away from you. As you scatter the cards, they sort of rain down in the center. You hear the crash of glass as the front of the store shatters. And then after a moment, the glass settles and it's silent once more. And you run around and
Where I'm frozen, I'm like, what the fuck? Did we get a shot of that?
As I like try to like see what's going on out there, as soon as it's whatever it is gone, I pull down, bring up the viewfinder and see, did I see anything? Did I catch any of what that was? Was it big? It had to be big to break that glass.
It just like you caught something, but it moves in the frame so quick and it looks like a blur of like black that just kind of like it's at the bottom of your frame. You caught just a little bit of it.
I'm gonna have to take this back to a workstation and enhance it. I can't see enough on the viewfinder.
Enhance?
Yeah. What was it eating? I
What?
move
Yeah,
into
there-
I start recording again and like move into the center of the room.
All three of you moving there?
I'm already in the middle of the room.
That's right through the cards.
Yeah, you were throwing the cards and you probably had like one more aisle to go before you got there. But presumably you primed them, and the scraping had started to happen before you had even like got close. It was sort of the sound of your feet was what triggered it. But you kind of peek around the corner and you see it's dark in here. It's a mass on the ground. Most of the way down the aisle. Business cards now scattered around.
I round the corner with a mag light.
Backlight, you put it on and you see a body on the ground and it is torn to shreds. Human sitting there. You see the remains of like a blue pair of coveralls. A person kind of splayed out. They would have been face up and it's red. There's like splatters of blood all up and down the aisle here. I need all of you to take another stress.
Seems like we found Hank George.
Or, yeah, Hank or George or somebody else. What's his name tag say?
Do you go up to him?
Yeah, I will.
Do you reach down and touch him, or do you just try and shine the light down?
I mean, can I see where his name tag is, or do I need to like fold over his clothes?
You look down and you see Dave written on the tag of his shirt.
Wasn't even fucking close.
Wasn't even close.
Motherfuckers, not even close. Well, Joe, you guys have the same fucking name. When you were talking to the sheriff, he seemed like an actual sheriff, right?
Yeah, as far as I could tell. Said that there were bears, but that couldn't have been a bear.
Well, no, it's invisible. I don't know of invisible bears. We haven't investigated that kind of thing yet.
I mean, this.
But also, like, if the county sheriff didn't know the name of this tow truck driver, then
I don't think that guy was really a sheriff.
But if Joe was talking to him and he was giving all the right answers,
I think he's a sheriff. Yeah, I think he's a sheriff.
Like, he must be an actual sheriff. God, this is a real mystery.
It's
what do you think, Scoob? Yeah, look down the dog.
What do you think, Scoop? Yeah, have a Scooby snack.
I definitely grabbed something off of the shelves, and I'm curious. This space, does it look like this has actually been used recently? Is like clean in here? Is there dust on things? Like,
yeah, it was in theory an active convenience store up until tonight.
Okay. All right. Well, I grab a couple of Hostess cupcakes and slap one in my mouth.
Scooby snacks.
Yeah, and then I get some beef jerky for Toby too. Just like,
Okay.
And I also grab some water. I grab some water.
Lovely.
And then I look through that convenience store for useful items, flares, any kind. They gotta have like mountain like convenience for like, oh, your car kind of stuff. A jacket because it's cold.
A shotgun.
I think
That
you
would be
can
great, too.
reasonably find everything but the shotgun.
Damn it. Come on, Josh.
Jones is
find
going to
it's
sit
like
and catch his breath in the back. Like, take a deep breath, calm down.
You can heal your HP.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing with the food too. Is kind of like stress
eating.
eating.
If you guys take a moment to pause and you're looking through things, you're theoretically safe. You can heal your HP at this point. You're able to kind of gather up some supplies here. You would imagine this convenience store is full of all sorts of like garbage, effectively. Just all sorts of gas station shit, weird pills, just weird foods, supplies that no one on Earth would ever need, but for some reason are here. So you can find, a jacket or a hoodie or something like that. That's fine.
I'm actually gonna go rifle through Dave's pockets and see if he's got a wallet on him because I want to see an ID.
You reach down, flip Dave over to get to his back pocket.
Sure.
Okay. You reach down and have you ever touched a corpse before?
No.
Oh, do you put anything on your hands?
Gosh. I try not to get blood on me, but I guess if he's just covered in blood, I could find something in here to not touch the blood with, because I wouldn't want to touch blood. That's right. I wouldn't want to touch.
So you maybe like another jacket or something, and you go,
yeah, and I
flip him over, dig into his pocket, you pull out a wallet. You flip it open, you see an ID. It is, Dave Masterson or something like that on there. There's a couple bucks tucked in, a credit card.
I'm not really worried about the money. I just wanted to see his name.
Yeah.
Does it say he lives in Coldwater?
There's probably an address that's somewhere around here. I don't know if it's Coldwater exactly, but it's close.
All right. I capture his information like I digitally capture his information.
Okay. You put the wallet back?
Yes.
Okay. You take the wallet and you slide it in. And as you push up against his back pocket, you swear you feel the body twitch.
Are you dead, Dave? I hope you're dead, because I don't know if I could perform resuscitative services on you.
You hear a voice as if it's over your shoulder. They're going to blame you,
Why would they blame me for this?
You say
Do we
that out
hear
loud?
him say that?
I would say yes, to fit with the rest of the theme.
Yeah.
I like look down at my hands and I'm like, unless I chewed him up, why would they think I did this? And I look over my shoulder at who said that?
What did you just hear somebody talking to you?
Yeah, they said they were gonna blame me.
What did the voice sound like? And he describes the voice, and it sounds exactly the same as the voice I heard, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the same voice that was telling me that one of you two was going to steal my show.
Haven't I heard the voice yet?
Nobody cares about you, Jones.
I care about you, Jones. She may think you're an idiot, but you're our idiot.
You are. You're the crew idiot. The court jester.
He's the group himbo.
Yeah. Himbos of myth and I can't do that.
Now, knowing that we have a fairly short amount of time left within our block here, what do you guys do?
Oh, yeah, we're about to. I feel like I mean, we're gonna have to find a way to get a car to get out of here. So I think we're gonna have to go back to the hotel and
Well,
maybe.
what was our issue with the van? The van got stuck in the mud, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
At this point, I
It-
just want to get out of here. So we'll take the other van.
Is there a winch, a manual winch anywhere in in the garage? One of those ones that you can like latch onto like it has a hook on both sides and a crank.
Um, in theory, there's probably some form of rope or hooks or whatever. I don't know if there would be that specialized a piece of equipment.
And I don't know if Blake would. You think Blake would know to look for something like that?
No,
So what's the
Kirby
exit?
would.
What's the exit
Yeah,
strategy?
me too.
We're gonna walk back after seeing that monster.
I don't think we want to be outside with that thing. I think we need to decide what monsters we want to deal with. Do we want to deal with those monsters back at the hotel that look like humans, but I don't know what is up with them, or that thing out there, or this thing talking in our heads?
Hey Josh, when we were heading over here, could we see if the deputy's little cop mobile was still outside the hotel?
Yeah, it was still there when you guys left.
Okay.
The Paw Patrol mobile.
Yeah.
All right, here. Why don't we do this? Let's head back to the room. I feel like we can't really investigate much else without drawing a lot more attention to ourselves. Let's head back to the room. We'll lock up the window. We'll set up some cameras and some recording devices, and we'll take some shifts sleeping for the rest of the night. And we'll see what happens from there. We'll try and regroup in the morning because we got to get some rest. I mean, Blake is literally falling asleep, but she's like also terrified.
Oh, yeah. I don't think Joe could sleep at this point. He's
Yeah.
just like absolutely terrified.
No. Again, for the sake of brevity, you guys quickly filter out of the
Yeah.
gas station. You find your way back to the hotel, and as you are like rounding the corner to like head back to your room, you see the door of the lobby is open. Light is just streaming out.
Well, we have to fucking look at it. Let's go, guys.
We go.
Okay, you quickly run back into the lobby. You find it abandoned. There is nobody there, nobody at the bar. There's no sign of the folks that were in here, the four of them. And then you hear a muffled from
Gunshot or pop?
presumably gunshot. It's hard to tell. It is muffled. There's a boom sound.
What direction?
Yeah.
Hard to tell from deeper within the hotel itself. It's not in the lobby.
Inside, not outside. Okay.
Yeah. And then a second.
There are signs of scuffling by the bar?
Nope.
Nope.
Well, the police
so-
are here.
In the
So-
lobby, was there a door behind the front desk?
There was one towards the back of like the main room here that presumably maybe even was labeled like, employees only.
Let's go. Come on.
Okay.
We head for that door, and I'm gonna push it open.
Okay, quickly you run back. You push open the back door. You find yourself in a service corridor. Again, it's another one of those unfinished wall type of deals here. There are several dusty boxes. You see a door just on the other side of the hallway that presumably leads to another room, and then you see a set of stairs that lead down into a basement.
Oh,
Joseph, pull up your camera, get your best filter on. And I'm going to go into a pitch mode here.
Okay. I'm up. We're live.
We just heard some gunshots coming from deeper within this hotel room. We've been investigating some weird instances at this place all night, and I think that something might have happened here. Follow us as we figure out what's going on here. And I'm going to start walking down the stairs quickly, but as quietly as possible, followed by the two lads and the pup. I assume followed by the two lads in the pub.
Oh yeah, we're following you.
Oh yeah.
All right, so you creep down the basement stairs, and you end up down in there, and the basement itself is abandoned. There's nobody here, presumably. You see shelves, you see extra furniture, you see supplies of food stuff. There's no noise until you hear more muffled voices.
Which direction?
Not in this room, seemingly from down.
From down further.
Apparently so.
But there's no stairs.
You quickly scan the room. You see on the ground is like a sewer manhole cover type of deal, one of those metal circular covers. It is slightly ajar. Maybe there's a crowbar kind of shoved into it.
I whisper. To Jones as Joe, I'm gonna make this thing Joe keep that camera going. And we pull them, lift it up, and try and keep it as quiet as possible, moving it to the side.
You unearth a little passageway down to, oh, you have the cistern down there. You would probably recognize the shape of it. You know, the manhole cover there. There's a ladder that leads down. You hear voices a little bit louder this time, and it sounds like Otis. And it's no. I'm supposed to be in the office right now. Please. Just echo.
Joe, you go down first and then get the shot of me coming down the ladder with Jones, but just make sure everything is okay first. Obviously, don't just go down by yourself.
Blake is the worst.
I mean, I'm trying to be safe, but I'm also trying to produce a show here. Come on, guys.
Okay. I stick the camera into my pack and I push Toby towards Jones and I say, make sure he doesn't do anything silly. And then I start to climb down the ladder.
As you climb down the ladder, it's a short couple of steps.
Okay.
You kind of clank down onto this metal walkway. You get a quick glimpse of the room. You see it's an old brickwork. It's a cistern. It's meant to hold water beneath this hotel, presumably before the modern plumbing. You hear the drips of rainwater filtering in from conveyance pipes, and it extends a pretty good distance, probably under most of the hotel here. That's a quick view, but you're letting your other folk get down now.
I set the camera up to view, and then immediately I'm just turning around the other direction, looking around, making sure nothing's sneaking up on me.
Yeah. We'll assume that Toby is up top because bringing a dog down into this area is probably not a good idea.
Yeah, it's not a good idea.
But in short order, Jones, Blake, you're down the ladder. You're looking around. Again, you see the cistern. It's a little bit of a walkway that extends above basically a bunch of water. It's probably 3 feet of water down at the bottom of the cistern here. And as you're moving the lights about, we're going to end on a little bit of a cliffhanger here because we're just about out of time. And now, but I will tell you what you see. Your lights seem to dim and swirl as you look about the ceiling, and then your lights kind of convene. That's the word. On
Urge.
A figure down in the water, backing up. You hear the sloshing. You see the sweater of Otis as he's backing up, and he doesn't even acknowledge the lights. But the water is swishing. You see the ripples moving forward as shadows shift and move and pulse and push forward towards Otis. You see suspended within this deep black, shifting, moving mound of mold is a small stuffed lion just coated in black mound that is shifting and moving forward. And Otis is backing up. He's going, no. This was supposed to be my office week. I wasn't meant for it. The others were the field team. They just needed a body. Please, you can leave me alone. And the mound just surges forward, and you hear Otis yell out as it envelops him and splash down into the water. Now, the point I'll leave you on, after a moment of silence, rising up from the water, you see the four individuals, the priest, the sheriff, Otis, the businesswoman, just up from the water. All of them now sort of just almost dripping in black shadows, even in your light. And all four turn and stare up at you in unison as the mound forms up behind them. And that's where we will end tonight's session.
Yo, fuck that shit.
Oh my god. Ah,
Oh my god. Yo,
This has been one night at the Shelterwood Inn. We have just played the Liminal Horror side. Now, like I said, this is a dual adventure. There is a Triangle Agency side, which viewers will see tomorrow night or whenever the VOD goes live. Because I didn't say it's at the top. You can buy this if you wish to find this adventure. It's currently available digitally through my itch.io page, which is unenthuser.itch.io. It's unenthusiastic user smashed into one. It's also hosted on the main Liminal Horror page, which is Goblin Archives itch.io page, and I believe it's on the Haunted Table alongside Triangle Agency. I think we hosted it on all three, so please check that out. We will be getting physical prints at some point in a month, maybe. I don't know yet.
Can't wait for it. But yeah, Josh, thank you so much for coming on and running it. That was incredible. We're all sitting on the edges of our seats, our respective seats.
Goodness.
God damn.
Yeah, I cannot wait for tomorrow to see the flip side of this.
Yeah.
But yeah, Andy, Kirby, thanks for coming on. Josh, thank you so much. We'll look forward to watching you play with Ryan tomorrow, actually, and some other great guests who I'm blanking on right now. But it's gonna be awesome tomorrow. I think 6 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Central again.
And in theory, more secrets will be revealed. I guess, I don't know. I think Sean's running it, so I don't know.
Well, we will see. This has been the Weekly Scroll. You can find us on Instagram when it gets updated at the.weekly.scroll. YouTube at the Adventure Archive. Please subscribe. We're so close to 1,000, and at 1,000, I will get the Weekly Scroll tattooed on my forehead.
Amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. Twitter weekly_scroll. And Josh, one more time, it was itch.io /one more time.
Yeah, so my personal page is unenthuser. It's wonderfully easy to spell, apparently. It's unenthusiastic user smashed into one word. But you can also find it directly on the Goblin Archives itch.io page, which is a little easier to find because that's where all of like the Liminal Horror stuff is currently kept.
Fantastic. Cool. Thanks for coming on, and we'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.